up, guys? This Wolverine Death Machine, Mr. GMSI himself, Brian Cage, and you're watching True Hill Heat. Who better? Nobody.
Hello, this is RJ City, and I am ethically opposed to any more wrestling podcasts. I don't know why you guys are talking about wrestling. It is a niche product. It is a very small industry. Yet, at this point, there's more wrestling podcasts than there are wrestlers. There is something wrong with society as a whole, but as you get smaller and smaller into wrestling, and then the wrestling podcast sphere, it gets even worse. And one such example, if I may turn on the microscope and look at the drudgery that happens to be True Heel Heat. SP3, Sid, this is your fault.
Upbeat person, you're watching True Heel Heat.
Hello. It is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3, and we are live on the True Hill Heat YouTube and Facebook for a special Friday, Black Friday edition of AEWramble episode 226, Family Friction. Discussing this week's AEW Dynamite as well as last night's AEW Collision as only we can. And to do that, I am joined by my esteemed colleague. He is a man of nearly 60,000 subscribers. You go to him for your TV and movie reviews, as well as your honest criticisms of AEW and Tony Khan. He is the one, the only, the master of all Yankee fitteds, Jimmy Macram. How are you doing?
I'm good. I think we'll see how the day goes. See how the show goes.
Fingers crossed. But yes, I hope everyone out there, including Jimmy, had a great Thanksgiving, ate well. We had a spirited debate yesterday because we did a special Thanksgiving edition of In the Weeds where we discussed Thanksgiving sides. and I got very heated because Jeremy tried to tell me that rolls are considered a side and should be considered among the best sides for Thanksgiving.
I don't know if they're a side.
I
So
don't think they're a side. Every black I've surveyed 50 black people, and none of them have said rolls are a side.
It's been at least 15 years since I've had rolls on Thanksgiving.
What is your favorite Thanksgiving side?
Mac and cheese with rolled views.
That seems to be everybody's favorite. Like, that's the number one go-to. Mine is stuffing. Stuffing is usually number 2, but I like my sister's stuffing a lot. So, or dressing, whatever they want to call it, whatever you want to call it. But mac and cheese, stuffing, yams, greens, potatoes. I would have named like 6 other sides before I went to rolls. So I got very upset. But we appreciate y'all for joining us live. Appreciate y'all for watching us on demand. Remember to show your appreciation back. The simplest way possible is by dropping a thumbs up on this video. You can share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. Of course, you can sound off in the comment section if you're watching us on demand. If you weren't aware we were doing AEWramble on a Friday, you can watch us back when you find out and you see it uploaded here on True Hill Heat. You go watch it back and comment. Let us know what you thought about this week's Dynamite and Collision. And of course, you can sound off in the live chat if you're with us live for this Black Friday edition of AEWramble. You can let us know what you thought about this week's Dynamite and Collision. And of course, if you're feeling generous, you want to give back to what we do here. Remember, guys, it's the holiday season, and I have 2 growing 5-year-olds. And Jimmy does have people, despite what he says all year, he does have people that he loves and that he has to give a gift to. So please send a Super Chat donation, show some holiday spirit. It hits us right around the holiday season. So we always appreciate the support. We got in the chat here with us, we got Negro Buck, who has nearly been a member for 30 months, member for 29 months. Thank you, Negro Buck. And all he has to say is Producer. I know he's trying to say it. He wrote it in the way that the song says it at the beginning of his theme song. There you go.
I'll be nice. I like Kyle Fletcher. The name's so horrible, but I like Kyle Fletcher.
You've liked Kyle Fletcher ever since he started eating kangaroos.
Yes. Is that code for steroids? Yes.
I got a lot of heat when I suggested that on another show. So I will keep on the whole thing that I think we started that here when we said he went on a kangaroo diet. So that is what we will say from now on.
Wrestling fans are hilarious. Like, actually, Jordan Grace was actually a bodybuilder, so she's used to putting on a lot of weight really fast. So rise, whatever you say. I'm with you. Yeah. Whatever, sure. Doesn't sound like she was smoking for 50 years either. It's a coincidence.
It altered her. Working out a lot. That's all that happened. I was gonna ask, since you brought up someone from the WWE verse. What did you think this week? One of your favorites had an interview, Andrade, where he talked about his whole departure from WWE. Said that he's currently trying to negotiate the 1-year worldwide. He confirmed that it's a 1-year worldwide non-compete that he's under. He said that when he was let go by WWE, he was basically informed that he had no non-compete, and they didn't enforce any non-compete until after he showed up in AEW. So it's confusing on what he's saying. It sounds like he did something wrong, or because he also said about the wellness policy, the wellness violation. He was like, some things are illegal in America that aren't illegal in Mexico. So I think it was just a confusion there. I was like, I was like, did you just admit that you really did do steroids? And that it was just illegal? What?
Who's his lawyer? What the fuck? Tell him to shut the fuck up. Stop speaking. Stop doing interviews. Stop all of that. They told me there was no non-compete clause. It's outrageous. You have a contract, sir. Read the contract. It'll let you know any and all things you can and cannot do. He knew, and he lied, and he's covering it up because he doesn't want Tony Khan to be mad at him, as Tony Khan should be, because you fucking lied to me. But hey, listen, 1 year non-complete is fucking preposterous, and WWE should negotiate. Otherwise, I'm going to sue you because this feels fucking illegal. What the fuck? Outrageous. I'm Team Andrade on this. Do what you got to do. Negotiate 3 months, 4 months, whatever. Fine. A year? There's no way this is even kind of legal.
Yeah. And it would be hilarious if it was a clause that he could not show up. He could show up for any company that he wanted except for one. And that's how they were able to enforce it. Like, that was in his contract. He could have just bounced back to AEW when he left here or something. And that's the only way of what he's saying to be actually believable.
Team Andrade. So I don't want to say what I want to say, but I'll say it. I don't believe him. I just don't.
I don't believe him either. You and them was in the contract the whole time. Like, what are we doing?
Fuck out of here.
Oh,
but yeah,
he's awesome. I will say, Andrade is hilarious, unintentionally, but still hilarious. We got Zach Minger, who says National French Toast Day. SP3 and Jimmy. I think it should be National Leftover Day. Isn't everybody eating their Thanksgiving leftovers today?
That'd be nice. This is outrageous. How long are we gonna do this? How long are we gonna indulge this motherfucker? How long? It's been.
I mean, he's a supporter. He comments in the chat. He is.
Yeah. Does that count?
I mean, it's interacting with us in the chat.
Nothing interesting to say ever.
Does he even watch wrestling? I don't know. I've never seen him say comment anything about wrestling. To be fair,
that's fucking true. Only seen shitty days.
Just days, and then he tells other people like hi, or like when we used to not always highlight his comments, he used to get upset and be like, "You skipped my comment." That's the only other thing besides the days that I've seen him comment in our chat. I Make Beats, one of our members of the channel. Good to see you. He says C2 season, baby. LFG, my money's on Kyle or Take Soup. Arm flex emojis.
Okay, this has been bothering me for a few days now. I think since the day after they released the rosters for the C2. I have a fucking question.
Yeah.
The Blue League is Takeshita, Moxley, Cassidy, Claudio, Roderick. Who am I missing?
Dorada.
Okay. I don't need you guys to put them in order, but please let me know who you think is the worst wrestler in there and the best wrestler in there. You guys can right away. Just the worst and the best. Because I saw a tape.
Okay, you're talking about how they are in the ring and not
in the ring.
Like interest level.
Ring. No, in the ring, period. And in the Blue League. I saw a comment that said the Blue League is so stacked. Already, this comment is ridiculous. The Blue League is so stacked that Takeshita is the weak link in the group.
Oh my God, that is preposterous. That is
none of the comments said that. All they were like, "Oh, I think it's this person." Well, you might be right. It wasn't like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Nobody said that.
Like I know people are high on Jon Moxley right now. So if you wanted to make the argument, right now Takeshita's not even the best wrestler in the Blue League, I think that I will entertain that argument, even though it's a lie and it's not true. I will entertain that argument because Jon Moxley has had a great 6 months since he lost the AEW World Championship. But Like, no, you're not going to tell me anyone else in that league it's better than Takeshita. Like, literally to the point that, like, either it's mainly because of the Deaf Rider Association. I only see the Deaf Riders being able to beat him in the league, in league action, in this blue league.
Yeah, I guess.
If he's gonna take one loss in the league play, it's gonna either be Moxley or Claudio.
Hell, I can't even imagine. I'd fucking cry. Good lord. Please don't botch it. This isn't complicated. Don't do this.
I did mention on In the Weeds this week is that you did make the reference when I showed you the leagues. When you saw the blue league, you said it was the 2009 Los Angeles Lakers, which was hilarious because I was like, yeah, definitely Moxley is Paul Gasol. Yep.
We can go with that, sure.
I'll give him. I'm gonna give the praise to Moxley because I have enjoyed his work over the last couple of months. But yeah, you were amped on everybody else. Everybody else is it's the trickle down effect of talent level. But what did you think about the Gold League? You didn't tell me that. You only ever tell me if you have something negative to say. But the fact that you didn't say anything about the Gold League, I do want to know your thoughts on it.
Gold League's Fletcher, Okada, Pac, O'Reilly. Come on, listen.
No, not O'Reilly. Darby, and Jet Speed.
Oh,
Jet and Speed.
You know what? Jet Speed kind of brought it down for me. Not Jet Speed. Just the speed part. But yeah, that to me, first of all, is easily the better league as far as I'm concerned, and I was looking forward to it, and they didn't let me down on Dynamite.
No.
Fucking great.
I know you didn't watch Collision, but not even on Collision. Pack and Speedball. Spoiler alert. That was a lot of fun as well. But we got Clown in the chat who says good morning. We got Dre who says y'all boys Swerve and Prince with their weird theme music. Sweat emoji. I didn't mind it. I liked it.
I remember thinking a couple weeks ago that Swerve needs a new theme song because the theme song doesn't have any real like entrance pop. Like it's not a glass shatters or things like this. He changed to something worse. Good job. Stupid. Oh, yeah.
What did you think about the title change at Full Gear?
I was surprised. I wasn't upset. I thought it was a good idea. I thought we might have overdid the finale of it. We probably should have saved one of those things. Probably the Swerve return. Especially since you probably could have used a good close for Dynamite. I'm gonna think about it. Fucking idiots. Jesus Christ. Botching the layup. Or the entrance, if you would. Slipping on the ramp.
It's funny because a lot of the things that you're saying is stuff that I said yesterday on In the Weeds. I was like, they had 4 Continental Classic matches. 3 of them were very good to great. And the worst one was the main event. I just couldn't believe it. I was like, this is
jarring.
That is my biggest issue. Like, I know you have your issues with Tony Khan and you say it all the time. My biggest issue with Tony Khan is that he will get a math equation that is 2 + 2 and he will do trigonometry.
Jarring.
Like for no reason. There is no reason why he makes things so difficult for himself. And the Continental Classic is another example of that. Why is it for the Continental title and now you've ununified the unified?
Oh, it's fucking hysterical. Yeah, that's jarring to me. I know he says belts create stakes, but I don't think he quite understands how that works. Yeah, it's not like it's Jey Uso versus LA Knight, where it's like the match might not be great, but some star power in there. It's Claudio and Orange Cassidy. Would you fucking stop? Put this shit on in the middle of the fucking card. Let's move on with fucking life. Good lord.
I would have been fine with any of the other 3 Continental Classic matches headlining that show.
I would have been fine. I suppose.
I think the Moxley one would have made more sense for what they wanted to do anyway. Even though I don't think that should be the close of the show. Yeah, I don't think that should be the close of the show.
fuck? How about you close with the new biggest group in the company?
That's
or
it.
you close with fucking the best group in the company, which is the Callis family, and just do the
Callis
fucking
family.
first match last. What the fuck are we doing?
They should have opened. That's the main issue with Dynamite this week, is that a lot of this it's a much better show if you just switch things around. Like the ops should have opened the show. That's the most important thing that came out of the last pay-per-view. You have a new world champion. That should start the show.
Yes. Or save it for the end and bring Swerve back there, you fucking idiot. Instead of him getting lost in the finale of the fucking pay-per-view. The third most important thing that fucking happened. Good Lord. Incompetence. It's jarring.
Chuck Berry says, "What's good, THH fam? Black Friday, one of the least favorite days of the year for Triple H." that was clever.
I seen a man of my own heart on Twitter the other day. He was just shitting on fucking everything he saw, and it was one of the greatest things I ever saw. He was like, "Shelton Benjamin is so great. I can't believe he works in this dump called AEW. Fuck Triple K." All in one tweet.
It was this way to be like, fuck Triple H, fuck WWE, fuck AEW.
This guy's amazing. I'm here for this guy. More tweets, please.
He's like, I'm a fan. He's like, follow. We got Negro Buck in the chat who says, "I've been waiting for this show. Got a few things about Dynamite that I've been waiting to tell for y'all to talk Soviet about."
Oh,
I know. Soviet. Yeah, spell check, guys. Yeah, I love roles as well, but we should not consider them sides. This is where I'm at.
Are you saying that they're their own thing?
They're like the cherry on top of a sundae. Like you put it on. It's the last thing that you put on the sundae. It's the last thing you put on your plate is a roll.
Sure.
Jimmy's like, I'm so confused by this conversation. Negro Monk says, "I'm just glad Jimmy is finally seeing the vision with Kyle Fletcher. LOL, kangaroo diet. Yeah, let's go with that." Laughing emoji.
Why are we still against steroids? I don't understand. Outside the bin one thing. All right, a kid and a woman died. All right. What? No more steroids for anybody ever? Take it easy. Jesus.
Relax, guys. Relax. We got a super chat donation from our main man, Chuck Berries. Thank you so much, Chuck Berries, for the support as always. Since you are the first one, you get to get the mic. So
speak, bitch. Come on now. Oh my God, Shivani. What the hell is wrong with you?
Fucking B catches me off guard every time. Speak, bitch. Come on now.
Chuck Berries says, "Happy holidays to you all and to those who don't celebrate as well." Yeah, it's always funny around Thanksgiving. Like you got people who like purposely try to say Turkey Day instead of Happy Thanksgiving, like Happy Turkey Day, because they don't believe in Thanksgiving.
What about Happy Slaughtered the Indians Day? How's that?
And I figured you would be someone like that.
I'm just asking. It's where we give thanks. We survived and they didn't. It's beautiful. Yeah. Say so. Lord.
He was like, "These are the people that celebrate the Holocaust."
Yeah, what the fuck? Lord.
we got a super chat donation once again from our good brother Chuck Berries. Thank you so much, Chuck Berries, for the support. Here's our other.
I'm serious. I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit.
Chuck Berry says, "What do you guys think is the bigger topic of this tournament? The actual tournament or the possible dissension within groups involved in the tournament?" I do like that they have very much from the start with the lineups that they put in the tournament have distinguished this tournament from the first two Continental Classic. Of this is very much the interplay between stables tournament. This has a lot of You got Jet Speed is going to go against each other. You got the Death Riders going against each other. You got the Callis family going against each other. And we all seem to kind of want this all to culminate with like Takeshita and Okada, which is stables going against each other. So I will give them that. I like the lineup for the most part. I think they could have spread the wealth a little bit to make the Blue League a little bit better. But I do see the positives over there as well. But what do you think about what Chuck Berry said? What's the bigger topic for you?
Dissension pretty easily. This tournament is worthless. You get some good matches out of it, and then you get to win half a belt. What are we doing? No, thank you. Don't particularly care for this tournament. Good Lord.
Just make it more title shot. We've been saying this since the first Continental Classic. Why isn't this not just for an opportunity? Why is the Owen Hart Cup the more important tournament from this one?
Jarringly done.
And the Owen Hart Cup in the last 2 years has been much better because they changed the stakes. Like, that's the one thing that I think is the thing that holds back the Continental Classic from being its like best version of itself, is that the stakes don't really matter. It's for, you said half a belt. I said it's for a mid-card title that only matters 1 month out of 12.
So if Okada loses the belt, he's no longer the unified champion.
He's just the international champion.
So the unified title goes away?
We have 6 men's singles titles. Yes, he loses the unified title as well.
Tony Khan's fucking hilarious.
Yo,
what?
Like, honestly, we've gotten to the point where, yes, it's just hilarious how much he convolutes things for no reason. This is the simplest fucking shit. Just make, if you wanted to be for a title, just make it for the fucking unified title. Just because it's the Continental Classic doesn't mean it has to be for the Continental title.
Jarring. These are the 2 worst bookers ever together simultaneously. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anybody says. I'm calling it. It's been called. Ew.
Worst 2 bookers ever. I don't know. Because TNA in like the early 2010s and WWE with Vince.
I don't hate that. Yeah, I hate it. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, I know you hate TK and H right now. I see the pros and the cons about both of them. But there wasn't a lot of pros when it came to TNA in the early to mid 2010s, as well as Vince McMahon at that point. We got I Make Beats, who says, he's been a member for 15 months. Thank you so much, I Make Beats. Still remember your first days here on the channel. This man got a VPN just so he could become a member. I appreciate you. We got Good Doer, who says Claudio is coming up. 2 consecutive wins over OC. TK might be really behind him. Hope he wins the CMLL title tonight. I think that he has a better chance of that than doing anything in the C2.
Claudio's coming up is a hilarious statement. I think it's 40-something. It's over. Because he beat Orange Cassidy. Somebody else has seen better days. It's hilarious.
Man, like after last night's collision, I think there's an argument that I've gotten more out of Eddie Kingston's return than Orange Cassidy's return to the company.
Yeah, Orange Cassidy's like getting back together with that girl. You're like, oh, no, she's not the same anymore. Yeah, it's not. It's over. You've seen the flaws. Flaws are a tiny man with a silly gimmick. I'm sorry, what do you want? You can wrestle. So can 25 other guys on your fucking roster. What are you doing?
He really missed the boat, man. That's like one of the biggest. That will go down as one of the biggest missed opportunities in AEW history. Is not capitalizing on when he hit that height with Orange Cassidy. Do you think that's just as high as he was going to go, or he could have done better with the follow up? I think the follow up
as high as he was going to go. He was already higher than he should have ever been. Can we stop? Can we fucking relax? One of the biggest flops in AEW. Listen, if fucking AEW ends in 2 years, yeah, sure. Assuming this thing is going to survive, no, it'd be forgotten about, as it should be. Good Lord. Who cares? No offense. It's funny. He's fun. That's it. Fun girl. You don't wife fun girl.
We got Davion who says Claudio and Orange could have been on Collision. It was gonna be on Collision, and then right before the show, Tony's like, Orange Cassidy just barged in here and said he wanted his Continental Classic matchup against Claudio Castagnoli. I was like, okay, that's fine. So that should probably be the opener of the show, not the main event. So you're telling me you didn't have a main event for the show until Orange works in your office?
Ew. It's so awful. Sorry. Yucky.
Yeah, I also think that Big Man does. I did make that argument that Tony is purposely putting what he knows people don't want to see in the main event because the main event usually gets the worst ratings.
This is a self-fulfilling prophecy. People tune out for the main event because you put shit there. I'm not entirely sure what you want from me. You've trained them to know no, it's not important. People, it didn't used to be this way. It didn't used to drop off a cliff at the end. It was a couple of years where it just stayed the same or it went up. Granted, the last two it's dropped almost always. That's your fault.
Big Man Dog saying this either means Okada is guaranteed to win or we're getting even more belt bloat. I think we're getting more belt bloat.
Yeah, I think Takeshi was just fucking
same. Good Doer says, so true. It's SP3 about TK's booking with titles. I feel what we see on wrestling TV is a self-reflection of the booker themselves. Vince's booking reflected him quite well. Same with TK, convoluted. Yeah, TK has all the signs. As someone who is the father of an autistic child, he has all the signs of having autism and ADHD. And there's a lot of kids nowadays that have both. And if you're our age, which TK is like 40, he was never diagnosed. So he's probably had all of this. He's probably had all of this 4 years and never dealt with it. And now he's in charge of $1 million company. And he's got all these different thoughts. And no one there who says, no, I don't think we should do that. I think we should just make the Continental Classic for the unified title. That's not, we just came up with a new title. Like, we shouldn't just separate two titles that we combine. So then there's, oh my God. It's like, what are we doing?
Jarringly stupid. I was confused when this fucking, Okada came out and he was wearing the fucking international championship. I'm like, where's the United title? Oh, well, it's not United right now. He's got to win it again.
He's got to unify it twice. He's got to unify it twice.
He's got to unify it every year. This is outrageous. What the fuck?
Annual unifying. And every other time of the year, he's just defending the unified title. What?
Jarringly stupid. Holy shit.
It's like someone makes sense of this. Like, I'm just figuring out. I'm just laughing nowadays about Tony Khan and his just confusing, convoluted way to book things. Like the most simplest things, he will just go through. It will be a straight line. He has to go this way, that way, this way to get to the same path.
Jarring. Well, I'll be nice. We're not talking about that. We'll talk about this. We got plenty to talk about in this fucking show.
Did you want to bring something up?
Just the fact that this nigga, I've never seen somebody get so lazy. Triple H. His whole big thing was his intricacy early on, where all these little things mattered. And now his booking is just press the button. Press the button. Here goes Brock Lesnar. Press the button. Here goes Roman Reigns. Oh shit! Yeah, y'all hyped. You hear that? It's a moment. All right, take it easy. Fucking relax. Good Lord, I hate it so much.
The thing I don't like about Triple H is the self-congratulatory whole thing of it. And he will do like the simplest thing, but he will do it in the most Triple H way. Like when they got all the heat for the WrestleMania 42 promo campaign and it under-delivering, and then also it was all guys. It was like, where's the girls? So then they do the whole promo today, it dropped today, and it was a well-done promo. If you just listen to it without the sound, because why does he have to be on the voiceover for a all-female WrestleMania promo. Why does he have to be? It always has to be about him. He has to be involved in some way.
I don't mind that. As long as it's good. But it's not. So it bothers me. That's pretty much it. All right.
I take that as you're not looking forward to Survivor Series.
No, I am not. I couldn't be paid to care about fucking War Games. And I don't know what else is on this fucking card. Cena Mysterio on this card?
Cena and Dom. Yeah.
And then who cares? Honestly, who gives a fuck? I'm over it. It really feels like we did nothing for a year. I'll tell you the fucking truth.
Yeah. Yeah. Like the retirement tour just feels like a mood point. Like ever since he turned back babyface, it just felt like a series of exhibition matches.
Yeah, I'm getting you guys case again. I've already done it enough. I'm going to, I'll do it again. You know what would have helped us? If you didn't blow your load in fucking April. This man has done everything you could possibly do in a career. The only thing he's got left to do is catch Ric Flair. When do you do it? April. Brilliant idea. No, don't build it up for the year. Have him struggle. No, just do it and move on. Absolutely. Good idea.
Because they thought he would be a compelling heel champion. He was not.
Good Lord.
Yeah, I agree with you, though. They should have prolonged that a little bit longer, but the only way they were going to do that is if he stayed babyface.
Or have it be, listen, nothing's more interesting to me than somebody who sells their soul and then loses. Because it's just hilarious. You trade everything in to fucking beat this guy and you lose anyway. That's fucking hilarious. Then what if he kept failing? He failed at fucking Money in the Bank or King of the Ring or whatever the fuck. No, beats Cody, then loses SummerSlam. Good Lord. Yawn. Really stinks.
After Cody won King of the Ring for no reason.
Cody Rhodes was King of the Ring. Oh, it's
he could have just got a title shot. Like, what are we doing?
Yuck.
Big Randall says you can congratulate yourself and be smug if you're actually good.
I was about to say, it wasn't nearly many people complaining fucking 2 years ago.
No. IMAB says Tripp's best heel move was inducting himself into the Hall of Fame, then giving a 60-plus minute speech. I thought it was like 90 minutes. 90 minutes at 1 a.m. Eastern.
That's fucking hilarious. I just saw the video where Vince made him cut off Ric Flair like twice. Vince not going to make anybody cut Triple H off. That's hilarious. It's just hysterical to me.
All right, let's get into Wednesday's AEW Dynamite. Dynamite took place from Nashville, Tennessee this week. Dynamite and Collision. What did you think about the crowd on Wednesday in Nashville?
Fine, I suppose.
I thought the crowd was good. No, it was good. It was a smaller building for AEW, as usual for the TV show. But I thought the crowd was good for the most part. We get
the number now?
1,500 or just under 1,500. I think the place holds like 1,800. But for the staging and stuff.
Oh, well, good for them then.
Yeah,
1,500 people. That's not bad. Small family gathering.
This guy over here.
When are they going overseas? I heard they're going overseas. They had a good number for that.
Yeah, they're the December 17th Dynamite, the Holiday Bash, is going to be in Manchester. I think they have like 6,000, 7,000 for that one.
Well, that's much bigger. Good for them.
Why are you so mean? They did over 10,000 for Full Gear.
Congrats.
We get we'll talk about that. We'll get a recap of the issues that manifested between the Don Callis family members at Full Gear, where Takeshita, after him and Okada and Hechicero lost in the trios matchup, he said that he was going to be in the Continental Classic. And then Kyle Fletcher, after losing the TNT championship to Mark Briscoe, felt pissed off at Okada and Takeshita kind of putting him in the middle of their issue and said that he's going to win some championship gold by entering the Continental Classic as well. Excalibur runs down the rules. It's a 20-minute time limit. You earn 3 points with a win, 1 point on a draw, and no outside interference. Then we get our opening matchup in the Continental Classic over in the Gold League. It is the Protostar, Kyle Fletcher, going one-on-one with the reigning and defending AEW Continental Champion, Kazuchika Okada. Since he can't be at ringside per the rules of the tournament, Don Callis will enthrall us with his commentary at the table. The bell rings and the fans start chanting, "Holy shit." Both guys look at each other from across the ring. Okada offers a handshake and he doesn't flip him off. Fletcher takes it, but both men try to sneak in a kick, and then we get "fuck Don Callis" chants from the crowd as both men get headlock takeovers. Kicks are canceled yet again, and both men get into each other's face. They fist bump and run through some chain wrestling. Fletcher, with wrist control, he tries to grind the top of Okada's head, but Okada rolls to the mat and then into a side headlock. Fletcher to his feet, he takes Okada to the ropes. He gives the clean break, but steals a page out of Okada's playbook and pats him on the chest, which was a nice little move there. Both men lock up. Okada takes Fletcher to the ropes. He shows him how it's done, and then he hits a big boot. Fletcher with a running shoulder tackle in response. Fletcher takes in the response from the fans, and then he kicks Okada. This was like a slow, kind of deliberate, methodical start to the matchup. You could see Fletcher was wounded from his matchup with Mark Briscoe at Full Gear in the no DQ matchup for the TNT Championship. So the scars on his back. Fletcher fires out of the corner, though, with a double. What happened?
Methodical, yeah. That's code, right? For Okada being a bum when on free TV, right?
I'll let you tell it. He kicks Okada in the back and then hits another scoop slam. Fletcher goes to the outside to take in the jeers from the crowd as he climbs the ropes. Okada shoves Rick Knox into the ropes in a nice little spot, crotching Fletcher on the top. Then Okada drop kicks Fletcher out to the floor. Okada plead with Knox that he didn't mean it. He didn't mean to kick him into the ropes as he takes control. Scoop slam when we return from break. Then he hits his falling elbow drop, does Okada. But Fletcher shoves Knox into the ropes to drop Okada on the bitch balls himself. Fletcher pleads with Knox before going up top. He hits a superplex and both men crash to the mat. We get both men to their feet. Fletcher off the ropes with a big boot. He follows with a forearm and a side suplex for a 2. Fletcher with Kawada kicks, but his next move is countered as Okada gets his patented back neck breaker. Okada is going to the upstairs, but again, Fletcher cuts him off. Fletcher looks for another superplex, but Okada with the forearm drops Fletcher, and then he finally hits the falling elbow and hits the middle finger Rainmaker pose. He goes for the Rainmaker, but Fletcher counters with a half-and-half suplex. Fletcher has Okada eyed up, but Okada escapes to the floor. Fletcher to the apron, thinking PK, but Okada grabs it and sweeps him, landing on the apron, does Fletcher. Draping DDT to the floor. Then Okada returns Fletcher to the ring with a suplex and gets a 2 count. Justin Roberts tells us it's a 5 minutes left in the time limit. We get Rainmaker attempt is countered, but a release German suplex is countered by Okada into a tombstone. Then he goes for another Rainmaker, but that's countered into a Michinoku driver. Both men fight to their knees with forearms, back to their feet. Okada with the backslide. He pops up with a huge lariat, but he holds on to the wrist. Fletcher ducks another one, and he snatches up Okada and throws him into the corner face first. Liger Bomb only gets a 2.99. Fletcher has Okada eyed up again. The big haluva kick to the back of the head. Fletcher goes for the brainbuster, but that's countered. Fletcher almost runs into Rick Knox. Okada almost runs into Rick Knox. Then Okada to the eyes. He looks for the Rainmaker after ranking the eyes, but then Fletcher is able to get a Casadora cradle for the counter for the 1-2-3 to pick up the victory here. I really enjoyed this matchup. I really enjoyed, especially when it picked up towards the middle of the matchup, started going back and forth. The wrestling was fluid. The counters were really well done. Fletcher was great in this matchup. Okada paced this well, where he picked it up at the end, towards the end of the matchup, as Okada tends to do. And I thought they really delivered a surprise finish, as well, as not a lot of people were expecting Fletcher to pick up the win, even though he did beat Okada in last year's Continental Classic as well. So Fletcher has Okada's number in the C2. Don Callis got in between the two members and made them shake hands as he raised both of their hands as they prepare for the rest of the Continental Classic tournament. What did you think about Fletcher versus Okada?
First thing I do is shit on fucking Tony Schiavone, who stinks, as per always. Nigel and Excalibur are talking about how great of a tournament wrestler Okada is, and he's won 4 G4s. And then they talk about Takeshita, who just won a G1. And then, of course, Tony Schiavone goes, yeah, and Kyle Fletcher finished with the most points in the Blue League last year. The fuck are you even talking about? Good Lord, please stop speaking forever. This match, when I saw it was on the card, I got very hyped. And then I realized I would be watching it. Therefore, it would be on free TV. Therefore, it would be nothing because Okada doesn't do free TV. And then my fucking hopes immediately went down. And they were solidified at the start of this matchup as he proceeded to do nothing for 5 minutes. Good on you, sir. Get paid. Me and Kevin Nash are very proud. He picked up a little bit towards the end, which I appreciated. And overall, I would say it was a solid wrestling match. Probably the second best match of the night. For third? Second best match of the night. I won't spoil what number one was. This is good. I'm not too surprised Fletcher won. I thought we'd go to a draw. But if somebody was going to win, I figured it'd be Fletcher.
That was good how they teased the draw, though. It did convince me as well. I was like, oh, it makes sense. It's the first match of the tournament. Do a draw, so people can see how the draw happens, get it out the way, and then you don't do any more draws the tournament. But I like the fact that it was Fletcher who got the win in the end.
Yeah, he needed it probably the most. And Okada's going to be here till the end. We know this at the very least.
Yeah. And I thought Don Callis was really good on commentary. I know you didn't like Tony Schiavone, but Don Callis was great.
He's great always. Him and Nigel have great chemistry too.
Yeah. Nigel was great throughout the night on commentary. If you're not going to have Brian, or if Brian is getting poisoned by Tony Schiavone, then you do have to switch it up. And it was good that Nigel was on this week.
Yeah, as much as I like Dragon, Nigel's kind of on a different planet.
He's still the best. He's still the best in this company. Or maybe the best in the world right now. Ace says Dynamite was good. We had I Make Beats who says Jimmy is a true heel. That's why you got him on here. Of course. He's also one of my best friends. He hates when I say that, so that's why I say it.
Yeah.
We got Ace who says this match was so good. I really enjoyed it. I thought this match was great. I thought it was paced very well. It escalated. So the best parts of the matchup was the final 5 to 6 minutes where they were just going back and forth with the counters. I love the final 2 minutes where they're just trying to cheat. They're trying to cheat against one another and rake the eyes and run them into the referee. This is what heel versus heel matches should be. And I gotta agree with Davion. It should have been the main event of the show.
Yeah, I mean, I think so.
And then we should mention. Oh, I'll mention that later. So moving on, we get another recap of Full Gear as we saw the $1 million matchup with the Elite reuniting at the end, as we suspected last week. Alexi Nair knocks on the door of Kenny Omega. Omega pops up. Lexi wants a moment of his time and asks as if the Elite are reunited. Kenny says that is actually complicated. He says that he's not a model employee himself, and he has been fooled before. He has to think really long and hard about where he stands with the Bucks. if his friends will accept him with all of his faults, because he's done a lot of stuff that he regrets over the last couple of years. And if the fans accept him with all of his faults, then the Bucks also deserve a second chance. They close the door and we get like this awkward pause. And then finally the door reopens and it's the Young Bucks. They appear, they walk away as they've been apparently hanging out with Kenny Omega. So we got our answer, but didn't get our answer all at the same time. I liked Kenny's promo because he sounded like a normal person, and you don't always hear that on wrestling television. But it was confusing. It felt like they wanted to give us the answer, but didn't really want to at the same time.
This is pretentious horseshit, is what this is. Omega was great, and if we leave it there, sure. But then we just throw all that shit out the window when he's hanging out with these two. This is outrageous. So then the answer is yes. What the fuck are you wasting our time for? Good Lord, I hate this shit so much. Good fucking Lord. Well, who am I to say? How about yes? They're right there. We're talking.
I was just talking to them actually.
Good Lord. Oh.
He could have been like, you know what? I just got off the phone with them. And it should have been something like he could have made it vague. And then they do the awkward pause, they close the door, and the Bucks go into the locker room, not come out. Because that makes no sense. What he said made no sense for them to come out. They should have walked into the locker room.
Can't we just move on? Why do we have to do this? Every year and a half, we just not. Lord. So some drama.
Back to Full Gear, and I thought this was the best promo that we got on this show. As we go back to Full Gear with Mark Briscoe beating Kyle Fletcher for the TNT Championship, and then post-match cameras called up to Mark Briscoe. He says sometimes there are no words. He lost the most important thing to him. Talking about family, man. I lost my brother and the other half of me. It's been a long road since then. I didn't know if I wanted to carry on without him. I wanted to make him proud, but it was defeat after defeat, loss after loss, disappointment after disappointment. But there is a time and the season for everything. When family is on the line, my boys, the conglomeration, that changes everything. He has his road family with the conglomeration, and he has his home family in Delaware. And this is for both of them. His nieces, his dad, his wife, his kids, his sisters, Sussex County. This is for you. This is for you too, brother. We did it. This is why I love Mark Briscoe, is because I do enjoy redneck, hyped up head coach of the conglomeration, but the brother who's basically lost everything and is fighting for those who are no longer here, that's the character that works on another level for Mark Briscoe. And this is what we got in this promo. I enjoyed it.
Yes, it's a very good promo. I enjoyed it too. I won't go too hard on the rest of it, but I enjoyed it. Lost everything. You have like 36 kids? The fuck you talking about? Lost everything. What? Fuck them kids. Fair enough. All right.
I mean, I know that's your motto, sir.
Me, not knocking it. Good for you.
This man is a Plan B pill seller over here.
Absolutely.
He's all about fuck them kids.
Absolutely. Ain't that me selfish shit.
AEW Women's Tag Team Championship Tournament continues with the semifinals matchup. The Sisters of Sin, Sky Blue and Julia Hart, going up against the Babes of Wrath, Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron. Cameron and Hart come to center as the fans chant women's wrestling.
Fucking pandering cocksuckers. I hated that shit so much. Oh, these motherfuckers stink. You're not going to get laid, fellas. Please knock it off.
Hart with a kick to the gut, but Cameron takes Julia down with a headlock. Quick tag to Willow, who hits Hart with an elbow strike. This was ridiculous how over Willow was in comparison to Harley was also got a bunch of cheers, but Willow was quite obviously the most over person in this matchup with relative ease and the best person in this matchup. The match was going along. It was just a fine matchup. And then it just got totally botchy after the first commercial break. We get Hart does the Undertaker rope walk and makes Cameron rest in peace as we return from break. Blue gets a tag and then she pins Cameron for a 2 count. Then we get some double team from the Sisters of Sin as Sky Blue lays out, I believe it was Harley, and Julia heads to the top rope. She goes to the top and she does her moonsault. Her moonsault, which if you remember 2 years ago, the moonsault was part of the thing that made everybody a Julia Hart fan. It was the moonsault and the freaking entrance. That was the thing that made her something. But man, oh man. She did the moonsault, lands on her feet, and just has to jump up and do an elbow drop. It's like you can't even get into the matchup after that. It's just this is over. This was really rough. This was a rough one. Finally we get Willow gets tagged in from Harley. She gets a blind tag after Harley is double teamed a bunch. She hits Harley takes out one of the Sisters of Sin, and then Willow comes in, gives the Babe with the power bomb to Julia Hart for the 1-2-3. Like I said, I thought this was going along just fine, and then it got very clunky with Julia and Harley, and then the moonsault totally killed this matchup. But Babes of Wrath do move on to the finals of the AEW Women's World Tag Team Championship Tournament. We'll see who they're going to be facing next week in the other semifinals. But dear Lord, People, there was some heat. I don't know if you saw it or heard about it, but a lot of people were upset last week when Ty J got eliminated from the AEW Women's Tag Team Title Tournament because they were one of the only legitimate teams a part of the tournament, and they've been here for so long and they deserve better. That's what a lot of the fans said. And similar to that, it wasn't as loud as that one last week, but similar to this week, people were complaining that Sisters of Sin got eliminated, and they're the only other legitimate tag team when this tournament started. So now the tournament is just a whole bunch of makeshift tag teams. And I was the honest person who wanted to be honest with the world and tell y'all that yes, Ty J and Sisters of Sin are the longest reigning teams going into this tournament. They are also objectively two of the worst. So, I mean, this matchup was vindication. I think that was the reason why the feedback wasn't as negative of, oh my God, Sisters of Sin got eliminated, because they just gave y'all that rough ass matchup.
Yeah. What did Julia Hart hurt when she was out for a while? Was she injured?
Yeah.
What did she hurt? What was her injury?
I think it was a shoulder injury of some type.
All right. Well, I don't know the issues. She has not been the same.
Thank you. There was actually some people who were saying she's better. She's low-key better than she was before the injury.
Good Lord. Yeah, this is obviously the right result. Willow, if Harley Cameron was the worst wrestler in the world, for Willow and Harley are still better than Sin. It just is what it is. I am sorry. This match wasn't very good, and it's a goddamn shame. I wish Julia Hart was back in form. I don't know if it's ever going to happen. I mean, she's only 12 years old. I'm assuming she can figure it out eventually, but we're not there yet. This is obviously the right call. I don't know who the fuck was mad about Ty J, but that's obviously the right call too. What are we doing? Please and thank you. Ooh, let's move on. Let's fucking move on.
Yeah, that was a rough one. I felt for them. It's because there was nothing Willow or Harley can do. Willow or Harley were in comparison were much better. But
Yeah, I think people get fooled by the occasional violent tornado tags that fucking Sky Blue's in. And they think, oh yeah, she's got it. Does she though? Does she?
I think Sky Blue's better than Julia.
Right now, I think so. Which is kind of sad.
Yeah. Because you were a Julia fan too. We were both on the Julia bandwagon. I can't lie. I was on it too. I was on it 2 years ago.
That triple threat she has with, I forget who it is, Statlander and somebody else.
Statlander and Sky Blue.
Oh wow!
And then also we were high on the first match with Chris Statlander from Wrestle Dream 2023.
Noticing a bit of a theme here.
Statlander.
Yeah,
Statlander. It's those alien drinks made you.
Yeah, she was a draw on Collision. Yeah, she got hurt. It takes time. I forget how old she actually is. 24, 25. She'll be fine.
Yeah,
or she'll quit. Either way.
Yeah, either or.
It'll work itself out.
Oh man, but yes, I mean, I wish I was playing. I wish I was lying to you.
People were mad.
There was a lot of people, a lot of AEW fans that were upset about it.
That's hilarious.
Some reason, I don't know. I can't explain it. I was not baffled by Megan Payne and Marina Shafir beating Ty-J.
Ty-J, good lord.
Ty-J. And then I saw them trying to cope with each other, like, if Penelope didn't get hurt, Ty-J would have advanced. You know how they try to like cope with one another, like copium. It's only because Marina Shafir was the replacement. That's why it happened. It's not like it was gonna happen anyway.
That's the only way you keep the great Anna Jay down. Only person who's super happy about this, besides us, is Jack Perry. Absolutely, keep her way down there. I'm falling. We fall together. That's how that works.
You saw her contract is about to expire.
Anna Jay's?
Yeah.
Well, what do you do? I mean, I got to kind of hit a crossroads here. How old's Anna Jay? 28? How about the guess?
Yeah, I guess give or take. Let me check.
Kind of hit I can yap while you check. Feel free. I got lots of things to say about Anna Jay. We kind of hit a fucking crossroads here. Where do you stick it out with the home team who have a fondness for you? Or do you join the rest of the... Yeah, okay. You could join the rest of the pretty people in NXT, but I think you stick out more there, the fact that you don't really have a personality. How are you going to stand next to Jada Park with no personality? I don't think that was a good idea.
If she sticks with AEW, she's always going to have a spot as long as they have AEW Women's Tag Team titles, because she's had this
relationship that's built with Ty-J. She's literally starting from the bottom if she goes to WWE. I think if you are focused on at least keeping your career in a similar trajectory or at least on the same path that it's on, you stick with AEW because you're not Mariah May. You're not Jade Cargill. You're not those people.
That's a very good point. Yes, I don't think Triple H will be giving you the AEW boost. He gives them just who's this bitch? Yeah, I would stick it out. I'm not sure what her aspirations are. I'm not sure she has the same aspirations as many the Mariah Mays of the world who wanted to take over the planet. I think her boyfriend's here, her friends are here. I can see her being fine.
Yeah. She came up in this company. Like they basically put her on TV with like a year experience. Like there's so much investment here that it makes sense that they're probably going to offer you more money than WWE would. You're in a better position than you're probably going to be if you do choose to go to WWE. It just works that way.
NXT, big man dogs. If I thought I was the shit, I would go to TNA. Not NXT, TNA. If I thought I was a shit, I would go to TNA. But if I was aware of my limitations, I'm essentially just taking less money to do the same thing.
Yeah. You're not Mike Santana either. Like, do I have to tell you everybody that you're not before you realize what the situation is? Or before the fans realize what the situation is? She's not these people. These are the people that do these type of things. She is not one of them. She should probably stick where she's at.
If I was Brit, I'd go to TNA, by the way. I'd be the top motherfucker over there right away.
Yeah, definitely. Like, they don't have anybody in TNA. They just crowned Lei Ying Lee, Xia Li, as the new champion.
Who?
King Vite says Anna Jay has had multiple opportunities to improve herself as a performer and instead has regressed. I don't think she's regressed.
I think she's just mid. Fair enough. She's
I
naturally
think
mid.
she just is what she is. She's only going to be as good as she is. Or she just needs more reps. She's had 150 matches in 5 years of her career.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I don't want to call her lazy. That feels stronger than I like. But that's 30 matches a year. It's 52 weeks in a fucking year.
Mm-hmm.
You're not working half the year. What's going on here? Photo shoots? Then quit.
Because she's been on TV. She's been on TV and how AEW books their women's division. That's how it goes.
Take a booking in fucking West Bubblefuck. Like all the rest of these.
I agree. Like if she's not gonna, it's not like this is not a situation of she's choosing between WWE and AEW. She's choosing between AEW or getting more reps and going on the indies. That's what she needs to do.
Yeah, if you're serious about it, I would do that. That's a pretty good idea.
All right, let's talk about Tony Schiavone was in the ring. Not sure this was going to end well because of the last time he was in the ring with these guys, but he introduces the AEW World Champion along with the AEW World Trios Champions. The new champion is here, Samoa Joe and the Ops. Joe is a 2-time title holder, and by the way, that just feels good to say. For the first time in his career, Samoa Joe is a 2-time world champion in a promotion. TNA, WWE, ROH, never a 2-time world champion. Only 1-time reigns or no time reigns. And no, the NXT championship does not count. Samoa Joe. So it's not a world championship. I'm just going by their rules.
I love that. Because you name it the world title, it's the world title. Well, I say I'm the world champion.
Hey, WWE tells me it's not a world title, so I'm just gonna go by their rules. Joe gets on the mic and he says before he could say the word, Tony could say a word. He says tonight is for celebration, and he tells Tony to take his hillbilly ass out of here. Tony obliges, and Jimmy was very happy to hear that. Then we see a Chevy Toyota arriving at the building outside, and we have Swerve Strickland emerging from the car with Prince Nana in the front seat driving. He hands Swerve a staple gun. Then we see coming off screen Hangman Adam Page joining Swerve as they walk alongside each other to make it to the celebration, I guess. Then we go back to the ring.
By the way.
Yes, absolutely. It would have made more sense for him to show up at the beginning of the show. Yes, I totally agree. We see that. Then we see Joe back in the ring. He wants all the Ops Dojo to come on out here. He tells Shibata to go get the scrubs. So Suju stands in front of you. Everything worked their way at Full Gear, from Shibata taking care of Eddie Kingston to Hobbs and his dominant strength opening the door, to Joe taking care of Hangman, hitting him with a muscle buster in the middle of the ring, and winning the world title. He knows that the simpletons here won't understand his words, so he'll show them how we got to this point. We revisit the Hook promo from his rooftop by the fireplace and how all of the steps have come through. Why Hook tapped out very quickly in the Coquina Clutch in the number one contenders matchup that got Joe his rematch at Full Gear. Hook tapping out very quickly in the trios matchup with Hangman and Kingston versus the Ops a few weeks later. What Joe told Hook when he came back and said that he always has a place in the Ops, and how that all came to fruition with Hook nailing Hangman with the AEW World Championship and helping Joe win the title at the pay-per-view. Joe says, incredible. That was some of his best work. Finally, you have a champion that you could call the best in the industry. And then he introduces the linchpin of this operation, Hook. Change your fucking music, because this is not like I thought dude. I was like, people hate the song, so him a heel now, it might work. No, it didn't. It did not work. It did not work. Just change it, please. Just please. It might but the heel turn might be the best thing for him at this point. He comes out, he's got a smug look on his face, saying like, look what I did on the big screen. He gets on the mic and he says, Joe, you were right. These rednecks are too stupid to know that they are looking at the greatest second-generation wrestler that this business has ever seen. So do me a favor, and before he can continue, whose house? Swerve's new music hits. He comes out. We see him coming through the crowd, making his rounds around the arena. Then the music of Hangman Adam Page hits, and we see him at a bar. Very fitting as he takes a shot before making his way to the ring. Members of the Ops Dojo go after Hangman and Swerve, but that goes about as well as you would expect. More members of the dojo enter the ring to protect the Ops. The Ops escape, run like cowards that they are. Swerve staples anyone wearing an Ops Dojo shirt. Hangman nails anyone with a chain, busting a few people open along the way. Swerve with a staple gun as they lay out all the dojo members. Then they use the chains that they had around their neck. They wrap it around two of the dojo members' necks, and they hang them in front of the Ops, watching on from the stage. And Hobbs holds back Joe and the rest of the Ops and makes their way to the back as Swerve and Hangman stand tall, making a statement to the new AEW World Champion. The overall good segment to establish that now the battle lines are drawn with Hangman and Swerve against Joe and the Ops. There's a few issues here. One, this should have been the opening segment. This should be the biggest thing that happened at your pay-per-view. It should open the very next show afterwards, and it would have been more fitting, and stuff would have made a lot more sense if it would have opened the show instead of being in the middle of the show. Secondly, we need a whole explanation on why Swerve is working with Hangman against Joe and the Ops. Because Joe and the Ops were working with Swerve against the Death Riders just months prior. Okada and the Don Callis family are the ones that injured Swerve before he got written off. Why is he working with Hangman against Joe and the Ops? We need that explanation. We need to just, whether it's a line, whether it's a whole promo, we need something to explain that. And that's my biggest issue with this whole thing. But like I said, I thought it was entertaining for the most part. What did you think?
An explanation like what? There is none. There's no explanation for why Swerve is helping Hangman. He doesn't owe Hangman. He doesn't owe Hangman anything. Everything he might have owed him, which he doesn't, he paid off already. I don't understand there is nothing outside of it's cool to see Hangman and Swerve together. The only reason they're together. See, these guys hate each other. Now they're together. See? You get it? I get it. It's dumb. It's terrible. It's a bad idea. Please don't do that. Show was fine. I mean, Joe's great, so everything he does is going to be at least fine. I did like the recap that Hook showed us. For the shows about Hook, it works for me mostly. You said it should have opened. Yes, if everything happens the way it happened at the pay-per-view, this should have opened the show. I would not have had everything happen at the pay-per-view. I had Swerve come back tonight, or Wednesday night rather. So we don't have to end with a fucking Death Riders brawl, but whatever. We've got the battle lines drawn. I don't really care. I'm sorry. As much as I like Joe and company, I don't buy them as cowardly heels, number one. And number two, and perhaps more importantly, I don't know why Hangman and Swerve is together. So, no to all of this. Sorry.
Fair. I can't blame you. I can't blame you. That is one that is one that's difficult to get over. As far as no, Danny, your Maxine Dupree's had plenty of those this year. So.
Oh my God, I'm still shooting at Maxine. Good Lord.
Yeah, because Danny's a big fan. He said that she's leaps and bounds better than Jade Cargo. LaRon with a super chat donation. Thank you so much, LaRon, for the support. We will give you one of these.
Tony Khan, this is also on you, because you can stop this.
LaRon says the women's tag tournament has been brought to you by Here. Damn. This turned out to be TK should be ashamed of himself. It was like the fifth most important thing on this show, behind the Continental Classic, behind Swerve and Hangman versus the Hobbs, behind pretty much everything. This was the least important thing on the show. He has totally shown that this was him appeasing the fans that wanted this, and this was never something that he wanted to do.
Which is why I wouldn't have done it. I don't understand how you could have $1 billion, no matter how you got it, and feel the need to appease people. For what? For why? So you can have the moral high ground against whom? Who cares? Just don't do it. If you're going to do it half-assedly, don't do it. Use your full ass, or don't use your ass at all.
Agreed. I agree with you there. We got Big Man Dogs who says, I think Joe needed way more screen time this episode. Agreed.
That's what's missing in my professional wrestling. Or maybe it's AEW. I don't watch that enough anymore to know. Is just for the vibes. We should have had Joe this whole episode. Joe showing up to the building. Joe hanging out with his crew. Then Joe comes out for the big thing. What the fuck? Roman used to do it. Have they done it since Roman? Roman used to have 5 of those a fucking episode.
They did that with the Vision, but it got old real quick.
I mean, Seth Rollins, what do you want?
But yeah, I would have loved where you see him pull up, because then it would have made sense why Swerve is only pulling up late, and you would have been foreshadowing Swerve pulling up in the parking lot. If we see Joe pull up in the parking lot, all the dojo people are there to celebrate him. He comes out with his championships, all smiling and stuff, all happy. and then we see him in the back. Everything's changed for him now. He's got champagne. It's like one of those vignettes he used to do before he won the world title the first time, when he used to be in the club with the suit on and drinking and like that. I would have liked that. I would have liked that to come back, because he was wearing the suit, but this is how he dresses. This is how he acts and dresses when he's a champion. He's totally different when he's if he's a trios champion, TNT champion, he's regular degular Samoa Joe. Now he wants to be Samoa Joseph when he's a world champion. He's dressing in the suit. He's drinking champagne. I would have liked that the whole night and build up to the main event, the celebration.
Yeah, I saw some people criticizing Shivani being in the ring for the out segment, considering what happened last time. But much like you said, I find Samoa Joe to be his actions to be strictly determined by his mood. And since he was in a good mood, Shivani was in no danger. We're fine. Just beat it. Get out. I'm good. I'm champ.
Get your hillbilly ass out of here.
Beat it.
I just wish that they would have built up to his title win a lot better, because there was no indication that Joe was winning that title on Saturday. People in the crowd were legitimately shocked that he won. Being in that crowd, we were definitely stunned that Joe won.
That's hilarious. Well, it worked. Yeah. You know Danny. Does Danny like Bianca? Danny, whatever the fuck his name is.
Let me see. Dion saying, I'm curious, Danny, do you like Bianca? I've heard you criticize both Jade and Lash, and they're green, to be fair, but I'm kind of side-eyeing you because you like Maxine.
Yeah. If you don't like Bianca, we got a real problem. We got a real issue. We got to discuss.
Yes. very, very true. I agree, 100%. If Danny comes up here and he's like, is Maxine Dupree's a better wrestler than Bianca Belair or Becky Lynch or Io Sky? We got Danny who says, yes, I like Bianca, and I never said I liked Maxine. What? He says, I do think she's better in ring than Jade is as far as athletics go. She does submissions, spinning heel kicks, etc. Jade does 3 moves, and her matches never last more than 5 minutes.
But Jade is built like a comic book character, so I'll take Jade. Fair enough. Look, Bianca, I can't give you the swerve tag. So I'll let it slide. Letting it slide. Feel free.
So much. I do. We got Gold League action in the Continental Classic is up next. Before we get into that, though, we get a recap of Full Gear where Jon Moxley once again tapped out to Kyle O'Reilly as Kyle O'Reilly beat him in the no holds barred matchup. However, O'Reilly was so beaten down due to the matchup that he was getting checked on by the medical attendants, and Moxley attacked him because of that. And then he was sent to the hospital and medically disqualified from the Continental Classic. Then we get this ultimate, oh my God, I don't know if you've watched this show before, but this was Jon Moxley's version of New York after she lost the first season of Favor of Love. Where she would like, I don't care, man. Fuck them. Like you think I care? I don't care at all. Look at me, I'm totally fine. That was Jon Moxley in this promo. He said he's glad that the cameraman is here because he wants to know who won the war, what's winning a match. Like, look at me, I'm fine. He does push-ups. He says these people don't know what life is about because they never lived the life. Kyle O'Reilly is a great wrestler, but he's in the hospital now. I thought he was a great wrestler. I thought he was like one of us, but he's in the hospital. He's celebrating the regular season, and he's got to get checked on. But I lost, and I'm up here, and I'm just fine. They celebrate their careers into so early of a grade. They were going to celebrate this company into an early grade. The playoffs are upon us. We don't celebrate the regular season because the playoffs are about to start. He walks away, and oh my God, the final shot of the Death Riders looking like they could not give a fuck about what he just said. This was one of the best things they've done with the Death Riders all year.
I know Moxley's a jiu-jitsu fan. Do we even know if he's a fan of boxing?
I think so.
I don't know if any of you have ever seen the first Ali Frazier fight. Frazier wins that fight, but he goes to the hospital afterwards. And this is Muhammad Ali right after the fight. It's fucking hysterical. Look at me. He said he won the fight, but look at me. I got a mark on my face. I'm fine. He went to the hospital. I went home. I ate. I was like, all right, nigga, he lost. It is what it is. And Moxley was just like that. It is fucking hilarious. This works for me. This is the first time I felt some actual fucking synergy between what Moxley is saying and what actually fucking happened. We finally reached that point where the two match. It only took us a year, but finally they match.
Oh man! Finally, better late than never, I guess. Team 5 the Great says the Death Riders were shooting daggers at Moxley. Yeah, someone did the close up on all of their faces. They're just like over it. Like Marina just shook her head at one point. She just looked at him like.
This is the first time I thought Pac felt like a legitimate leader of the group. It's something about the look he has now that he looks like fucking Vegeta. It's hilarious. He's so small. His arms fucking crossing. This bitch. Awesome.
And then he beat Darby at the pay-per-view. So it was what I wanted. What I wanted at Full Gear happened. Pac won, O'Reilly won. They're sowing the seeds for Pac potentially taking over this group and being the one who leads the charge. Even though I've heard good arguments of people kind of want the person who puts the plastic bag over his head to be Marina.
Of course they do. Good Lord. Now all of a sudden, Marina fans, would you guys relax? If you got she's not very good in the ring. You've forgotten this? I haven't.
Insulting people, damn.
I'm sorry. We gotta remember these things. We can't get lost in the vibes. We can't get lost in the vibes.
Let us chill in the vibes, man. We're relaxing. It's what we do.
All right, then we got Jon Moxley competing in the Continental Classic Blue League. His first matchup against CMLL's own Mascara Dorada. The bell rings, and Moxley slowly removes his jacket as the fans chant, "You tapped out" at him. We get an early test of strength before Moxley drops Dorada to the mat, but Dorada escapes. He grabs the foot of Moxley. John kicks away at him, and we get a reset. He grabs the arm for wrist control. We get lucha chants as Moxley takes a test of strength, but kicks Dorada in the gut. He stomps on Dorada as Aubrey admonishes him. Dorada to his feet. He snaps off a Hurricane Rana, sending Moxley to the floor. Dorada does a roll. He pulls up, but his crossbody misses. Moxley in the ring. He takes off. He takes off with a tope that just about damn near kills both men on the outside. Moxley returns Dorada to the ring, and he shows him gratitude with a corner dropkick. Moxley and Dorada end up on the ramp. They go to throw each other off the ramp, but it's Moxley who hits the floor first. Dorada charges off the ramp, but he jumps right into a big forearm by Moxley as he retakes control. He does a big front face suplex at another point. He looks for a power driver when we return from a commercial break, but Dorada off the ring steps as he shoves Moxley into the steps instead. Dorada with a Hurricane Rana from the apron as he leads Moxley over the barricade as Moxley acts like he got jabbed in the throat. Back in the ring, Dorada with a kick combination into a beautiful code red for a near fall. Dorada to the top, but Moxley rolls out onto the floor. It's a little use, so Dorada hits the tornado and lands on his feet. Dorada returns Moxley to the ring, but Moxley cuts him off with a big cutter. We get Dorada, though. He gets Moxley onto his shoulders and hits a big electric chair neck breaker. Then he applies a cross arm breaker. And oh my God, Jimmy, I was blown away by the crowd. The crowd started getting amped when he got him in an arm bar. It's like whenever Moxley's in a submission now, it's going to get this big reaction because they all think he's just going to tap out immediately. Moxley fights his way out of it. He punches Dorada in the head, running knee strike. Moxley looks for the paradigm shift, but Dorada rolls out of it, rolls him up for a 2 count. Thrust kick, then Dorada goes to the top. He hits a 450. He gets a near fall as Moxley kicks out at 2.5. Moxley psychs himself up only to eat an enziguri. Dorada goes to the top. He goes for his shooting star press, but Moxley gets his knees up and then gets him in this very unique variation of a choke, a head and arm choke. And I love the overhead shot, how they shot it as well. As you can see Dorada going to sleep as Moxley chokes him out to pick up the victory here and get his first 3 points in the Continental Classic. Moxley, Marina Shafir comes out to celebrate with Moxley as she checks on him post-match as he earns the 3 points. I thought this was a great match. I thought they really delivered here. This was a lot better than I thought it would be between these. I didn't know if their two styles would mesh well with each other, but it honestly did, and it created a good story following up from Moxley's loss at Full Gear, where the fans really believed Dorada could get the win here. Then post-match, you get Timeless Toni Storm is here. As she comes out, she gets on the mic and she confronts not Marina Shafir, but Jon Moxley. She says, Johnny, you are not dreaming. Your eyes do not deceive you. This is Toni Storm live and in living color. And judging from your actions the past few weeks, the most resilient, tough, and bitchy person is in the ring with you right now. Despite your love for cargo pants, I rather like you, Johnny, but you operate from a place of hate and fear. She operates from a place of love, and you can never understand that. Toni would love to chat all night, but she has a message for Johnny's cape-wearing daughter. Toni and her lover, Mina, have decided on the stipulation for their matchup in the AEW Women's Tag Team Championship Tournament. It has to be good enough for these sickos. She has been awake for 4 days. thinking about what she wanted to do. She rolled over this morning to see her sweet Mina, and she just realized that she hasn't gotten her enough for Christmas. They are going to have their heads of 2 slap tarts on a silver platter. As next Wednesday, it will be no holds barred, no disqualification, no count out, no tags. It will be a holiday death match. A holiday hardcore death match next week on Dynamite in the AEW Women's Tag Team Championship Tournament. What did you think about Jon Moxley versus Masquerada Dorada, as well as the post-match with Toni Storm revealing the stipulation for her and Mina versus Megan and Marina next week?
Match was good. I was a little surprised at how much I enjoyed the Jon Moxley match. It's one of my least favorite wrestlers. Only my second least favorite wrestler in the Shield, ironically. Dorada was good. The styles meshed better than I thought. Maybe because Moxley's got this new thing he's doing. He's kind of a bitch, and it works for me mostly. I did buy into all the near falls, mostly because I thought some people were saying he might go 0-5, and I was like, that would kind of be dope. But it's like, it's not gonna happen. So take it easy. Post match, it was cool to see Toni Storm interact with Jon Moxley. The kind of 2 cornerstones of the divisions for God knows how fucking long at this point. Too long. In Moxley's case. And it mostly all worked for me. I was here for it. It's a nice way to do it. Overall, this segment was one of the better ones on the night.
And another segment that could have worked as the main event instead of what we got. No, but you had to make the announcement for the tag match, I guess, early so you can promote it by then.
Do you?
I'm trying to come up with some logic for this. Because I think more people would have believed that Dorada was going to win here if it's in the main event.
That's true.
Like you would think if you don't get any other upsets the whole night, you're going to think, oh, they're going to do one upset, so Dorada would be it. That would make sense. But we didn't get there. We got Beats. He says the Barricade Bulldog was pretty wild. Dorada, he made up for the off performance against Okada.
When was this?
Last week.
I don't think I blamed him for that. Why would I?
No, you blamed Okada, definitely.
As you should. Barricade Bull, that shit looked terrible. I'm sorry. Moxley delayed reaction to it. By the way, oh my neck. Pay attention. Hit that shit 5 minutes ago. Jesus.
He's like, get it together, brother. Get it together. We go backstage to the remarkable Renee Paquette, as she is with AEW Women's World Champion Chris Statlander, coming off our win against Mercedes Moné at Full Gear. Renee notes that Chris is only the second woman to pin Mercedes Moné in AEW. What is next for her? Chris ponders what is next. She says the looks on people's face seem to be of disbelief. We have one of 3 options. You could turn to the past, you could stay in the present, or you can look to the future. She turned Renee's head each time, by the way, to make it funnier, I guess. Chris knows what direction she is going in, and how is she coming? Who is coming with her? I thought out of all the backstage promos she's had as world champion, this was one of them, but actually it was better than her usual performance. I thought she felt more comfortable. It wasn't a good promo, but she felt more comfortable. So it's improvement.
All right. Sure. Let's go with that. I'm just gonna keep.
Are you glad she beat Mercedes though?
Not particularly. Did she? Did she actually win? What was her reward? A fucking backstage segment.
I mean, Mercedes wasn't even on the show. Mercedes wasn't on the show.
Good Lord. I'm glad Statlander is finally getting the run we all thought she should have had a while ago. But it's turning out how I thought it would. a few months ago. She has good matches.
Because it was 1 year too late.
1 year too late. Was she better talking a year ago?
No, she had
fun.
Stokely Hathaway a year ago. She had Stokely Hathaway a year ago. That worked. Let's go to the next Continental Classic matchup. Code League action. And Jimmy, this stole the fucking show for me.
Fire.
Kevin the Jet Knight versus fucking Darby Allin. Oh my God. I couldn't tell you how much I was smiling at the end of this matchup and how many times I said, holy shit, at what Kevin Knight was doing in this match. Knight slides around the ring in pursuit of Darby. They lock up. Knight takes Allin to the corner and gives him a clean break. They fist bump with both men. They lock up again and then trade wrist control. Allin with a back trip as he tries to ground Knight. He switches into a headlock, but Knight to his feet. So Darby runs the top rope and hits an arm drag. He grounds Knight again, but Knight reverses a leg lock. Knight ducks a lariat and then a high boot from him. Then he does a monkey flip and causes Allin to catch his leg on the rope. That almost looked like it injured him. Allin then rolls out of the ring as Knight gives chase and returns him to the ring. Allin rolls back out of the ring, so Knight with a kick to the gut, and he throws Allin into the barricade. Knight returns Allin to the ring, but he catches Kevin with a snap over the top rope. Then a tope suicida. Darby heads to the apron and to the very top. He possibly was looking for a coffin drop, but Knight catches him. He sneaks up behind him, hits him with a crazy back suplex off the top. Knight and Allin struggle for control as we return from break. We get this great moment where Allin runs at Kevin Knight, and like with one motion, Knight jumps up, box jump onto the barricade, does a moonsault onto Darby, and Darby sold this like he took his head off. It was great the way he sold it as well. We get Knight comes in with the Hurricane Rana, which propels Allin out of the ring. Allin trips Knight, and Allin hits a missile dropkick from the ramp, sending Knight crashing into a barricade. Allin returns Knight into the ring, and he rolls him up for Last Supper. Allin with some chops as Knight follows with some chops of his own, a leapfrog. Then Knight avoids the Scorpion Death Drop. Both men end up smashing into one another as we get This Is Awesome chants. Allin is back on the ramp. And then Kevin Knight does another crazy move where he does a springboard into a clothesline where he literally looked like he took Darby's head off. And Knight returns him to the ring looking for the count, or he returns to the ring looking for the count out win. Paul Turner counts, but Knight sees Allin to his feet, so he takes off again and hits it with another flying lariat. Then you get Knight returns Allin to the ring. He goes for the UFO splash, but he misses. Darby's able to respond with the Destroyer for a 2 count. Allin goes to the top rope, but Knight is able to trip him up, get him in the trio wall, and we get one of the craziest looking coast-to-coast drop kicks where Knight looked like he could have went further. Yo, he drop kicked the shit out of Darby's ribs. This is one of the sickest things I've seen Darby take, and I've seen him go through a glass from the top of a ladder, and this drop kick was OD. He follows that up with the UFO splash. 1, 2, 3. Kevin the Jet Knight defeats Darby Allin. I thought this was an excellent matchup and a fantastic performance by Kevin Knight. This was him like really showing out as a singles performer and showing everybody that he kind of was like, this was like him becoming Shelton Benjamin meets Rob Van Dam. Like, he was doing things you don't see, innovation you don't see with the athletics and the agility of like a Shelton Benjamin. This was a great performance by Knight as he gets 3 points, pulling off their first big upset of the Continental Classic. What did you think, Jimmy?
I think Darby is way too giving of a semi-star. Not losing to fucking Kevin Knight. But that aside, Kevin Knight was fucking fantastic. I thought this match was great. Spoiler alert, match of the night. That finish, I criticize AEW a lot for not finishing strong because they always go overboard. This was it. Coast to coast, and then he hit his finish. I went, well, you can't get out of that. He didn't. Holy shit. Just beat Darby Allin. Good for him. I've liked his placement with Speedball. I thought it was good for him. Get him on TV every week, get some reps in, get some shine. People know who you are. But if you had asked me whether that's Speedball was holding it back, the answer is yes. He's better than Speedball is by a lot. No disrespect. He's more talented. He's bigger, stronger. He wears shoes. So wins all around.
He wears
Good on him. Good on him. Go ahead, Kevin Knight. Glad it worked out. Glad it's working out, rather.
Look at that. Danny's actually cool with Kevin Knight. I've talked to Knight through Instagram DMs. He's a cool dude. I gotten able to interview Kevin Knight, got to meet him before. Great guy, but man, I didn't expect him. I didn't expect him to pull out a performance like this. This was like, and I agree with you. Darby gave him everything. Darby went out with the goal to make him look like $1 million.
Seriously, why? Darby's a AEW guy. I know he was just talking about not caring about wins and losses on Ariel Hawani's show, but it's a bit much. I'm losing the fucking Kevin Knight. Did I just climb Mount Everest? What the fuck did I do that for? Did I plant this stupid fucking flag? The fuck?
Oh man, we got Big Man Does. It says Knight's best singles match ever. Yeah, I watched all of the New Japan stuff, and yeah, this is his best match. This was his best performance he's ever put on.
I mean, he's the best TV wrestler ever, Darby Allin.
And it continues. And the quest continues. He had a banger with Pac at Full Gear where he was taking crazy bumps. He took a gorilla press slam to the outside from the apron.
Oh my god.
He's just insane. And seeing it live is just like, dude, I can hear the thud. That's your body hitting the ground. And I hear the thud from like 5 rows back.
I know we're not supposed to care about these things, but have you seen the way some of these fucking wrestlers walk? Have you heard fucking Foley and even Kurt Angle talk about how their memory is leaving them? They can't remember certain things that happened a little while ago, or he can't move his neck a certain way. What the fuck does nobody give a fuck about Darby at all? Good Lord. Hey, whatever. It's your body.
Even someone like John Cena, who didn't take like the craziest bumps throughout his career, but he walks like this, like the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
What the fuck? Like, come on. Nobody wants to talk to him a little bit. I know Sting said he talked to him, and I know Ed said he talked to him. I know Punk said he talked to him. If you're not gonna listen to them, I guess. How many motherfuckers you gonna listen to? To be fucking fair. Good Lord.
We get a recap of the FTR defeating Brodito for the AEW World Tag Team Championships at Full Gear. We will hear from FTR on Collision. Were you happy FTR won the titles?
Yes, obviously they're the best male heels in the business, but I wouldn't like to have seen them on Dynamite. That would have been nice.
I agree. They were good. They were good on Collision. I'll tell you about that. But I was gonna say that's the one matchup that I know for sure you have to watch from Full Gear because you will love it. That was being there live for that matchup. I was like, man, FTR is so fucking good. Their timing, the way they execute the tags, and the psychology of their matches. You see it up close and personal is even better. It's even better than watching it on TV. That matchup with Brodito was one of the best tag team matches of the year so far.
Wow, I'm shocked some people don't like FTR. And I don't know why. I'm very confused by
it. Me either.
Yeah. I mean, their style is distinctly not AEW. I get that part. But it's great. Like, kind of objectively so. Like, what's the issue here? I love them.
I love them as well. We hear right before our main event from Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston is here post break. He says that people want to know about everything he's feeling about what happened with Hook at Full Gear. He said that he was out there at Full Gear during the cage match trying to have Hangman's back, and then Shibata starts fighting him to the back, and he says that he doesn't want to talk about Hook. He heard Joe mention his name, and that's cool, dog. He isn't in line for a title shot or anything. But you know what will get him a title shot? Beating his little own boy, Shibata, on Collision will get him that. He'll get some turkey and some pumpkin pie from his mom first. And come on, Shibata, fight me on Collision.
So that was the matchup that was made for Collision on Dynamite this week. Eddie Kingston and Shibata. Any thoughts on this Eddie Kingston promo?
It was fine by Eddie standards. A little bit better than fine by everybody else standards. I don't think he's quite found himself yet. He's still kind of spastic. Is spastic a bad word? I know spaz is. People get mad at that now. Man, fucking everything. He's still a little spastic these days, but it feels like he's finding himself again, slowly but surely.
So should mention, since we talked about Kevin Knight and his big win, as well as Kyle Fletcher and his win, coming up next Wednesday on Dynamite in the Gold League of the Continental Classic. It will be Kyle Fletcher one-on-one with Kevin Knight. After both men's performances on Wednesday, I'm looking forward to this one.
My guess would be Fletcher kind of takes a Darby route. Just kind of lets Kevin do his thing. He does seem to like selling quite a bit.
So you would have to figure out like who. There's going to be one person in the Gold League that beats Fletcher. You think it's Darby?
The odds have improved. I'll say that if he lost Kevin Knight. Who's in there? Beat Okada.
Speedball. Pac is another one that could do it.
I can see losing the fucking Speedball. I'm so disgusted.
Yeah, that would be the upset. If you want to do an upset with Fletcher, then Speedball would be the one to do it.
Yeah. Well, he's got to lose twice, right? If Okada's in the advance.
Well, no, he can be because it's the top two from the league go to the semifinals at the pay-per-view.
Sure. That works.
All right. But let's talk about the main event of the show as it was Continental Classic Blue League action. Claudio Castagnoli going one-on-one with Orange Cassidy. This is a rematch from about 3 weeks ago. The bell rings
every 3 weeks. Good Lord. Because we've seen this fucking match.
We've only seen this singles match. We've only seen it 3 times. But why do I feel like I've seen them fight each other like 100 times this year? And Orange has only been back since September. Cassidy with an uppercut early, but he gets rolled up for a 2 count. Cassidy tries another roll up, but Claudio shoves him away. Sunset flip attempt, but Claudio grabs Orange and brings him off the mat and hits him with the uppercut instead. Claudio has Orange on his shoulders and he throws him face first into the corner. Running back elbow from Claudio, looking for the Gotch style power driver, but Cassidy evades it. He catches the leg of Claudio and gives him the deadliest kicks of them all. Cassidy with a drop kick that sends Claudio to the floor. Cassidy with a tope, but Claudio no-sells it and throws Orange into the ring apron. Claudio chucks Orange into the barricade, but he takes way too long to follow up as Orange shoves Claudio into the barricade and then tries to catch Claudio with the DDT, but Claudio turns that into a giant swing into the timekeeper's area. Claudio and Cassidy are dancing in the middle of the ring when we return from break, as then he's ragdolled around. Claudio ragdolls Orange by the waistband and gives him gutbuster after gutbuster, backbreaker after backbreaker. Claudio gets way too greedy as he does it a 4th time, but Cassidy is able to catch him with the DDT this time. Kip up and then the hands in the pocket as he makes his comeback. Cassidy jumps back into the ring and he's caught by Claudio, but Orange is able to counter into a stun dog millionaire. He goes to the top rope, but he runs right into a European uppercut. We get the giant swing from there as Claudio then pulls off his elbow pad, but he runs right into a standing Orange punch. Cassidy is popped up by Claudio, but he turns that into a pop-up DDT. Claudio pops him up again, and then Orange catches him with the orange punch. He gets the cover after the beach break, but he only gets a 2. Cassidy to the corner. He loads up another orange punch, but he misses the punch. Claudio hits him with the lariat. Pop-up is reversed to a Hurricane Rana by Orange. Then Cassidy runs right into another pop-up as Claudio finally hits the European. 1, 2, 3.
Claudio Castagnoli picks up his first 3 points in the Blue League of the Continental Classic with the victory over Orange Cassidy. This was solid, but we've seen better from them. It's been a law of diminishing returns since their first match back in 2023. But they don't have bad matches to me. It's just fine. Post-match, Claudio is celebrating. Out comes the rest of the Death Riders. They come to the ring to celebrate with Claudio as he's got 3 points in the Blue League. Just when Renee Paquette is asking Claudio about what it means to partake in every single C2 so far, we get Orange Cassidy, who stupidly tries to step up to the Death Riders when he's completely outnumbered. So the Death Riders jump him. You get Wheeler in the game. They jump him in the corner. Then a whole big clusterfuck starts as all these people who are non-affiliated with the Death Riders or the conglomeration come out and want to fight and want to get into a brawl, a whole big C2 brawl, which makes Okada, despite getting a loss in this tournament, in this night, he might be the MVP of this show because he's the only one who is smart enough to just watch it. Who just watched from the stage as all these idiots are brawling and probably getting themselves hurt before the next C2 matchup. Okada's just watching. Nice of Okada. That ending sucked. What did you think?
Why would you think it's a good ending? What is the fucking Royal Rumble? Oh, good Lord, I hated it so much. Oh, I hated it so much. First of all, we're close with the Death Riders. Fucking again. Isn't Claudio Moxley happening next week? Or soon? Next week?
It's on Wednesday's show. I thought that the whole thing that they were doing was going to be something that teases some dissension between them before that matchup. And then we get this stupid brawl.
Yeah, Claudio and Moxley closed on next week's show. They closed this week's show. Why? I don't know. What is this whole Death Riders have on this man? Where they are always the top heels of promotion, even though Samoa Joe has the fucking belt and the fucking Don Callis family is significantly more interesting. What the fuck is going on? What are we doing this? Never has promotion been held back. I'm gonna say that. Never has a promotion with this much talent been held back by its fucking booker. Good Lord. At least Hogan wasn't the booker. You're just holding the company back out of pure selfishness. Fucking, what the fuck is going on? Good Lord. Oh, well. Match is fine. Who cares? It's Orange Cassidy. Like, what are we doing? Why are we still here? And I gotta be honest, he might not be the most stale person in this fucking match. Sorry. Fucking push Claudio. You seen that hot tag in 2015? Yes. I saw it. Yes. Clean house.
You don't even do that no more. You don't even do it no more.
Let it go. Damn. Is that what the C2 was about? A bunch of people fighting each other. What is
brawling?
this?
You can't even come in during other people's matches. What are we doing?
I do hate that rule. I'm not going to hold you. Usually this is where the Death Riders will come out, but the C2, you can't do that. You can't do that in any match. What the fuck are we talking about? Why are we obeying the rules all
that
the
anytime?
This
is not specific to this.
Good Lord. Oh, well. Yeah, this was fine. The finish was bad, but the match was fine.
Yeah. I mean, finish made sense to me. That he kept going for the pop-up, and then he finally hit the pop-up. That was the finish. Simple, but it did make sense. I'll give it that. Oh man, this was a bad ending to what I thought was a very good episode of Dynamite, though. But what did you think about AEW Dynamite? Before we get into last night's Collision, we're gonna give our thoughts and our ratings on AEW Dynamite Thanksgiving Eve. Let us know in the chat if you haven't already. Drop the thumbs up. But of course, you can also send a super chat donation and give us your thoughts on what you thought about Dynamite and Collision. But of course, also let us know your match of the night from Dynamite, your MVP, your LVP, your moment of the night, whether you gave the show a thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle, and out of 10, what did you give Wednesday's Dynamite Thanksgiving Eve episode? For me and Jimmy, for AEW Dynamite Thanksgiving Eve in 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up across the board from both of us. Jimmy, out of 10, what did you give this?
I was leaning 7.5, 8 before we started the show, and then I got more and more annoyed. So I'm gonna give it a 7.
I gave it an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 show for me. I enjoyed the C2 matches. I thought the in-ring outside of the women's tag team title tournament was good on the show. I thought the Ops and Hangman and Swerve segment was good. The 2 points is negated for the ending and the placement of segments, not the segments themselves. The only segment that I wish was legitimately just better was the women's tag team title tournament. Most of the other segments, I just wish they were in another place.
Yeah, and the Bucks / Omega.
Yeah, I would have done that better. I would have done that differently. But it's a small change that I would have made otherwise. But what about your moment of the night, Jimmy?
God damn, you all should go over on Cage Match. Everybody else over there give it 8. You guys all at 7. Except Danny, give it a 4. Good for you. Moments. I'm gonna actually say it's Tony and John Moxley. I just wasn't expecting that. I appreciate it.
Yeah. That's close for me. I'll probably go with Mark Briscoe's promo. No, John Moxley's promo after Full Gear. That's my favorite one. That's my favorite one. That's the one that made me to laugh the most. So I'm gonna go with that for my moment of the night. And then what was your match of the night, Jimmy?
Darby and Jet.
Darby and Jet by far. I really enjoyed Okada and Fletcher, but yeah, Darby and Jet, I just wasn't expecting that to be so fucking great. MVP for the show.
I'm gonna go with Kevin. I'm gonna go with Darby. He took the fucking loss for some reason. Had a great match. Good for you, sir.
I'm gonna go with Kevin the Jet Knight. The Jet, baby. Let's go. Jet supremacy. I'm glad for my boy. Happy for him.
And he doesn't over fucking 7? What the fuck?
What happened?
Island, sir. I'm wanting to see who has over. Nobody has over. Where's Frantic World at? Nobody has over a 7? Right.
What was your who's your LVP?
Darby and Shoes. That's his new nickname. Kevin Shoes Knight.
Must be the shoes.
LVP. I'm gonna. Oh, wait, I don't want to do it to him. I'm gonna. Besides Tony Khan, I'm not putting him there. He's a given. I'm gonna go with the Sisters of Sin. Bad performance.
Yeah, Sisters of Sin is my LVP as well. They just did not have a good night. And yeah, honorable mention for MVP to Okada for watching the brawl and not being part of that nonsense.
Hilarious.
But that was AEW Dynamite. We will go through Collision quickly. I know Jimmy only watched one segment of the show that I sent him. So I will go through this as quick as I can. AEW Collision was also from Nashville, Tennessee, and you had Thanksgiving special edition with the Continental Classic, continuing with our final first matches of the league play. As in the Gold League, we get Pac going up against Speedball Mike Bailey. Early on, they start chopping it out with one another before Bailey kicks Pac down to the floor. A running kick misses, though, as Pac pulls him up outside with a snap suplex. Bailey gets whipped into the barricade and taken back inside. We get a cravat applied by Pac as he winds down Bailey until Bailey is able to pick up some momentum with the kicks and the chops. This was very hard hitting throughout. We got a nice little sequence where both men just kept going for pump kicks. One would kick the other, then the other would kick the other. Then they would both kick one another until they roll to the outside. We go to the outside and they come around and they give a double big kick, a double big boot to one another and lay each other out as the crowd was really getting into the action here. Get back inside. We get Bailey. He goes for his big time adventure kick and he's able to hit it. He loads up and he aims for another one, but Pac is able to lay him out with a big drop kick. Then Bailey is able to hit a Poison Rana. He sets up Pac for the Ultimo Weapon, but Pac is able to move out the way at the last minute. Pac gains momentum running the ropes, and he takes Bailey's head off with a huge lariat, turning Bailey inside out and completely knocking him out. To the point that Bailey was on his stomach. The Pac just applies the brutalizer, and you can already tell that Bailey is knocked the fuck out. The referee has to call for the bell. Pac picks up the victory via referee stoppage. Great match between these two guys. A lot of energy in this one. This one just under 14 minutes. So I thought it got the right amount of time, and they really delivered here. So good action here. What do you think about Pac in this year's Continental Classic? Him being one of the newer additions to the tournament.
Assuming Pac is going to turn on Moxley, I think this is a great addition. He should have the most points out of the Death Riders to me. Pac is always up for a good match, number one. So this fits his style. And then obviously, time to turn on homeboy.
Yeah. And then we got a big one coming up on Wednesday, as it was announced. We saw Okada watching the matchup, and it's going to be Kazuchika Okada going one-on-one with Pac this Wednesday on Dynamite in the Continental Classic.
I always forget. It's fucking TV. Are you excited? Oh. Yeah, expect to find.
He's like, oh damn. Just remember, it's going to be on
maybe
TV.
Maybe Pac can go upside his fucking head and just get some energy out of this motherfucker.
He's like, you know who's going to be able to do that with him on TV though, because he's in the Gold League. He's going to face the greatest TV wrestler of all time.
Oh, that's very true. And he'll do all the bumping, so Okada doesn't have to do anything.
Yes. Okada can do every power move he's ever wanted to do. He's gonna have fun in that matchup.
Yeah, I want to see that.
He's like, I could hit you with anything and you'll sell it. Oh, this is great. I'm gonna just do drop kicks. We go backstage and we see Danny Garcia. Daniel Garcia is with Jon Moxley. Jon Moxley, who is fucking doing shadow boxing behind him. Like he is about to go out for a matchup, even though he's just going to go out to do commentary. He's
the fakest gangsters I've ever seen. This is hilarious.
Danny Garcia says he's going to take care of Matt Menard, his former friend and mentor. He's going to take him out, and then he's going to move on. He says that Matt was there when he won the TNT championship for the first time, and when he's done with him, he's going right back after that title next. Moxley then makes like a funny face at the camera. I'm just like, Jon Moxley is just having the time of his life. Oh my God. Then we get Brodito. They have a backstage promo where Bandito takes the blame for their loss at AEW Full Gear. He says that it was because of him, and he promises Brodito, he says the next time they fight for the tag team titles, he says that he will not let it happen again. Brody King says that the team isn't over, and he says that the fans will be seeing Brodito fight for those tag team titles for a long time. For now, though, he wants Bandito to get ready for Ring of Honor for Final Battle, where he's going to go up against 5 other competitors in a survival of the fittest matchup next Friday in Columbus, Ohio. It's Bandito defending the Ring of Honor World Championship against Sammy. They first announced that he was supposed to face Roosh for the Ring of Honor World Championship next Friday, but Roosh apparently suffered a knee injury. So in his place, it will be 5 challengers against Bandito in survival of the fittest. He will defend against Commander, Sammy Guevara, Beast Mortos, Hechicero, and Blake Christian. One of these does not look like the other, but it will be a very fun matchup. What do you think about Brodito sticking together with one another?
I like it. I thought they're a successful tag team. I wouldn't mind if they had 1 or 2 more big matches before it's over. It's a nice run. We're done with this. Do you consider the ROH world title a world title? Now that they mention it?
I mean, it technically would be considered a world title, yes.
Okay.
Hey, I just go by what the company tells me. I just go by what the company tells me.
What?
I just go by what the company tells me. One company tells me this is a world title, and another company tells me this is not a world title.
So, like, if Ric Flair was to go to ROH and win the world title, he would be a 17-time world champion.
Absolutely.
Or a 20-time world champion. Would you just stop it?
You know Nate has pitched that to Tony. He's like, let me take a bump, and then I beat Jericho for the Ring of Honor world title.
Jesus. So if you just add world titles to your thing, you're a world champion.
Yeah. There used to be some distinction. Like I remember when
there is some distinction. What do you mean used to be? There is.
There used to be. It used to be you had to defend your title around the world to become a world champion. Now it's not that.
None of these are world titles. I'm sorry to break the news to you. There's 3 world titles. And that's it. No.
What's the 3 world titles?
3 men's world titles, pardon me. I don't want to be disrespectful. Or in the AEW, there's only 1, regardless of gender. There's the AEW world title, there's the Raw and the SmackDown. What the fuck they're called? Disputed, undisputed.
He said whatever the fuck they're called.
That's it. NXT, ROH, TNA, stop it. TNA World Championship. I don't give a fuck. It is not. It hasn't been for years at this point.
But you see, Juggalo Championship Wrestling know they're not a world title, so they call it the Juggalo Championship Wrestling title.
Okay.
There you go. That should be it. If you don't have a real TV deal, you're not a world champion.
NXT is a TV deal.
I know, but the company told me it's not a world title.
The company told you. Now he listens to Triple H. This is fucking outrageous.
No. I said that from the start. If the company is telling me it's not a world title, then it's not a world title.
2 world titles. I forget what they're called. World, not worlds, and AEW. That's it.
World, not world, AEW. We go to next. Okay, Danny Garcia going up against Matt Menard, Daddy Magic, with Jon Moxley in his corner. Well, apparently, Matt Menard is just Daddy Magic now. As the bell rings and we get a tentative start to the matchup, as it is very personal. Daddy Magic talks to Garcia and then takes him to the corner. He gives the clean break as Garcia hangs out in the corner for a bit. Another lockup as Garcia takes Menard to the corner and he pie faces him. But Menard responds by shoving Garcia down on his ass. Garcia charges in, but Daddy Magic reverses him and lands some punches. Garcia fights him off and tries to escape to the floor. Menard bounces Garcia off the barricade as he yaps at Moxley. Menard continues the beating in the corner of the barricade as he tries to mount Garcia again, but Danny is able to escape back into the ring. Matt Menard slams a chair onto the floor. Back in the ring, though, Garcia takes over. He teases his dance before climbing the corner and yapping at the fans. Garcia again feigns his dance move, but then he flips off the fans. Apparently, Daddy Magic is busted open as we head to a commercial break. We come back from commercial break, and Garcia has Matt Menard in the Boston Crab as he tries to fight out of it and gives Garcia a Boston Crab of his own. Garcia reaches the bottom rope and again rolls to the outside. Menard stupidly follows him out. He gets kicked in the gut and then DDT to the floor. Garcia rolls back in as Menard is about to get counted out, but then he comes back out and he slams him face first into the floor and then back into the ring. Garcia, it has him in full control. Eventually, after Matt Menard makes a flurry comeback and fights him in the corner, Garcia catches him with a shotgun dropkick and then finishes him off with a bulldog choke, shades of Jon Moxley. You can even hear Moxley on commentary training Garcia and telling him to pop his hips and telling him how to do the bulldog choke as Matt Menard passes out for the victory here. This was not a good matchup. It did not need to go 11 minutes, and it was basically a squash for 11 minutes. That is double the amount of time a squash match should go. Probably triple. Post-match, though, we get the music of Mark Briscoe hits, and out comes the TNT champion. Mark Briscoe says that he heard what Garcia had to say. He says, on this sacred day of the giving of thanks, he is thankful to be in the great city of Nashville, and he's thankful and humbled to be your TNT champion. Moxley gets off the commentary table and he talks into Garcia's ear. Briscoe is also thankful for what Garcia just did. He says Danny was going to be gunning for the TNT title. Well, Briscoe says he isn't ducking, he isn't hiding. He tells Garcia to not let his mouth write checks that his ass can't cash. He said he is going to finish off this Thanksgiving feast. He says that he's going to devour some turkey. He's going to devour some pumpkin pie. And when he's done with all of that, he's going to devour your ass, young man.
What?
Yes, he did definitely said that.
Good Lord.
Mark Briscoe is a wild boy. He drops the title. He gets in Garcia's face. Garcia bails from the ring as Mark Briscoe stands tall. I don't know when they're going to do this matchup, but sounds like a TV match. Don't push it to the pay-per-view. What did you think, Jimmy? What do you think about Garcia versus Mark Briscoe as a TNT title?
Sounds like you're coming around on Daniel Garcia. At least the appropriate response. TV match, absolutely. That's all you should ever have. Preferably on Collision if you're forced to actually be on the TV. What was I going to say about Mark Briscoe? Oh, I just wanted to ask you before I answer your question. Do you know what the first challenger for Ricochet is going to be?
For Ricochet?
Yeah.
Oh, we're getting into that. He was next. He's next on this show.
Okay. Is the opponent better or worse than more or less important than Daniel Garcia?
Less.
Okay. So what's underneath the European Championship?
Ricochet has the
Good
hardcore.
Lord.
He has the hardcore title.
Briscoe and Garcia. That's this is much more the speed that I thought the TNT title would be taking. It should be taking, and I'm not mad at it. Listen, it's a middling championship. It took us a while, but we finally found Mark Briscoe's speed, which is Disco Inferno TV champion.
Oh, that's outrageous.
Have your matches.
That's outrageous.
Have your matches. Enjoy.
You just spit in my face. Oh my God. What?
Sometimes the TV title is held by fucking Booker T or Scott Steiner. Sometimes it's held by Disco Inferno. And he faces fucking
Disco Inferno. That is you have drawn a fire inside of me. Like, that pissed me off so much.
Let's just see it. Let's see the match.
He is closer to mid-card Booker T than he is Disco Inferno.
Certainly not. Disco versus Prince Ikea. Let's go. Let's get to the match. Let's get to it.
I've never been friends with someone that I hate this much. Like, this might be a little disturbing how much I hate him for him saying these words because he actually believes them.
Let's go. Garcia and Mark Briscoe having a confrontation on Collision after Garcia beat Daddy Magic. And I'm out of line. Right. I know what I'm looking at. I'm looking right at it. You just told me. 11 minutes with Matt Menard.
Why? I was like, why is this match so long? Why is this match so long?
Brilliant.
The Demand, speaking of which, is here backstage, Ricochet with his new AEW National Championship. Ricky says he looks so pretty with the title. He says that he has fulfilled his quest for gold. And now the light-skinned kingpin of the Demand is on top. Ricochet says that he will set the pace and the trends. He thinks that the people are stupid for assuming that he will continue to entertain them. He has beaten everyone that has been in front of him. Will Ospreay, Swerve Strickland, Mark Briscoe, it doesn't matter. But he comes in peace today as he has a lot to be thankful for. He says this time last year, he was in the Continental Classic. But this year, he doesn't have to do anything because you should be thankful he's already a champion. He says he is a man that will bring prestige to this title, and he will travel the globe to bring credibility to the title or in different promotions. He is also thankful for aligning himself with the Gates of Agony, as it was the best move he could have made. The GOA make jokes about restaurants in Nashville, as Toa says he's made a reservation at a 5-star restaurant, and Ricochet goes, ah, and they leave. That's not the worst part. That's not the last that's not the last time we see Ricochet. And if that was it from them, I would have been like, okay, that's fine. That's like oh, I won the championship promo afterwards. Then we'll set up the next challenger at in a later date. That would have been fine. I would have been okay with that. They made it worse.
Let's go.
They somehow made it worse. Well, in a bit we'll go to that. First, we do have a good segment to talk about because dum 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 dum. FTR and Big Stoke is here, complete with their most amazing music. Stoke gets on the mic and he says, "Tonight is the greatest night of my life." Why? Because FTR are the World Tag Team Champions. And what we saw last Saturday at Full Gear was nothing less than a spectacle. We saw it all. But the one match that everyone talked about was Brodito and FTR. Another classic in the book of FTR. He wants to tell us about the lore of FTR. Imagine two 60-year-olds from Asheville, North Carolina. Every obstacle that was put in their way, they overcame it. And here they are. He is truly humbled and privileged to introduce the 11-time Tag Team Champions and 3-time AEW World Tag Team Champions, Nashville, Tennessee. Give it up for FTR. Big intro for FTR, but as soon as they're introduced, the lights go out, and when they come back on, say hello to the Bang Bang Gang, as the Bang Bang Gang are here to interrupt. Austin Gunn gets on the mic. He gets in Big Stoke's face and he shoves him out of the way. He says that since they were the last team to defeat FTR, he wants to stand here in Nashville and he wants to congratulate them on being 11-time tag team champions. Dax goes to speak, but Juice cuts him off. He says just because FTR are the greatest tag team of all time doesn't mean that they want to hear it again and again and again. They get it. They are better than everyone. Blah, blah, blah. They get it. But last week, the Bang Bang Gang won $200,000. So they got some green, but they might want to add a little gold. 3 weeks ago, the Bang Bang Gang beat FTR smack dab in the middle of the ring. And that's not the first it has happened, has it? No, it has happened before. Juice wants FTR to know that he is serious. He isn't jacking around. It will happen again. They don't care where, they don't care when. All the Bang Bang Gang cares about is the next time when they face FTR, those World Tag Team titles are on the line. Dax says, "Don't ever touch my belt again. Don't ever," and then Juice smacks the mic out of his hand. Maybe, just maybe, Juice says, next time it takes an hour, but the Bang Bang Gang is going to win those titles. Austin says they are fighting for his brother who is at home injured. They are fighting for Jay White, big pop for Jay White when they said Jay White's name, who is at home injured, and they are fighting for the fans in Nashville. So if you ain't down for that, we got 2 words for you: guns up. I thought this was a good promo. Good promo exchange. I thought Juice was great here, stepping up and really bringing kind of the intensity and the passion that you want from him on promos. FTR is always great. This really worked to kind of set this up as the first title defense for FTR. But this is another one where I'm just like, TV title defense. Winter is coming. That seems best for this type of matchup. What do you think about Bang Bang Gang being the first challengers for FTR?
You don't want to see fucking Road Dogg and X-Pac team up on pay-per-view? I'm so very confused. I get why we're keeping them around, but it's hard to get excited without the star of the group, obviously. It'll be fun. It'll be fine. I don't know if it'll be fun. It'll be fine. FTR's got a great match out of Turbo Floyd. Who's the other one's name?
Truth Magnum.
Foot's so great. Truth Magnum so terrible. As names, the wrestlers they're about the same. This is fine enough. Sure, they got to beat somebody. Might as well get me used to. What's Jay White's return looking like? What's taking so fucking long? What's this nigga tear? His brain? Jesus.
He had a broken hand, and then we found out he had shoulder injuries, so he had to get that repaired as well.
Oldest 32-year-old on the planet.
He was in New Japan. We've already said multiple times. Being in New Japan for 5 years is like wrestling in the wrestling business for 20.
Oh, poor Jay White.
We return from commercial break. An MXM collection is here for MXM TV casting call. They're dressed as Wizard of Oz characters.
What the fuck?
Man,
oh, Homegirl's on TV.
Yeah.
She did enough sucking up to get on TV. Good job.
Mansour says they kindly request that these lollipop licking, pumpkin pie eating idiots shut up. You don't need a brain to know that the casting call pits any of them against anyone in the back. Now let's see who is going to get kicked. Arcady then introduces that this is going to be a trios matchup, and their opponents are Dalton Castle and the Outrunners, the aforementioned Outrunner.
Can't miss TV.
Dalton Castle and the Outrunners, they make quick work of this one. This one only goes about 2.5 minutes. The Outrunners hit their son of a bitch elbow before Dalton hits the banger ring to pick up the victory here for their team. But post-match, we get Ricochet and the
shit!
Ricochet and the man come down. They are on. He's on the ramp with Bishop Khan. Ricochet says that this should have been his title celebration. Instead, we just saw this. He tells Dalton that to turn around and get what's coming to him, and he gets speared by Toa Leona. The DOA lay waste to the Outrunners as Ricochet comes down to the ringside area. He starts bad-mouthing the fans. He says, if you want to boo him, go ahead and do that. But he's still better than all of these hicks. He spots the country music singer that Dalton Castle fraternized with earlier and calls him Tim McGraw. He then talks back to the country music singer, and then the guy shoves him. Ricochet keeps saying that he doesn't belong on this side of the guardrail, and he will knock his stupid ass out. They actually get security to separate him from the country music singer. I think it's like Michael Ray, who hasn't released an album for country music since 2018. Oh, this fucking sucked.
I told you. Let's take the absolute worst from the other place and put it on TV. What are we doing? I'm with you. Danny, I'm with you. These people try to convince me. No. It's a Collision actually, if you pay a Collision actually been killing it the last few months or this year or last year. It's actually the better show. But whenever it's on, whatever comes on after Dynamite, whenever it's on and you have to watch it, it stinks. Well, it was a bad episode. No, this is what it is. It's just you're home on a Saturday night and bored. That's why you like it.
You're the fucking like the people just had to they need to realize when you see a good episode or great episode of Collision, that's the outlier. That's not what it usually is. That's an outlier. That's the exception, not the rule.
Heinous. Holy shit. Sorry. Why are we doing this? Like if this was you know who this would have been good as? This wouldn't be good if it was if you're gonna be petty. This would be good if it was West Side Gun. But it's not.
Yeah.
It's some country singer.
You know who it should have been? Who was at the show, Jimmy? And you're gonna be like, these people are fucking dumb then. They had David Arquette in the crowd.
Oh shit! Hey, that could have been fun.
Awesome! Ricochet coming at David Arquette? Like, come on! That writes itself.
Absolutely. He wants to be the former world champion. It's fucking David Arquette.
He said, I'm going to defend my title against a world champion. David Arquette. That would be great. Like, how do you have David Arquette in the crowd and you choose to choose Michael Ray, who I never heard of until last night? Yes, exactly.
Big Man Dogs, I can't help you. I have no clue who this is. I couldn't start to tell you. I know a few country singers. He ain't one of them.
He's not even a D-lister.
Damn. Why do we define ourselves down this way? Stop talking to these people. Lord. Maybe his dad owns the building or something.
Lexi Nair is backstage with the Don Callis family. And she asks Don what he's thankful for on Thanksgiving. Don says that he's thankful that they got 3 points in the C2 on Wednesday. And you see Okada make a side eye at Kyle Fletcher, who's kind of like shrugs like, sorry. Rocky Romero is thankful for his new jacket. Hechicero is thankful for something in Spanish. Mark Davis is thankful for nothing, while Callis calls him a miserable bastard, LOL. Josh Alexander says that he is thankful for the family. Kyle Fletcher says that he is thankful for his health. Takeshita is thankful for being part of the Don Callis family, while Kazuchika Okada is thankful for nothing except he doesn't have to team with Takeshita anymore. That gets Takeshita to get in his face, and the whole family has to separate the two bickering brothers.
I'm going to need some advancement on this pretty soon. It's a fun bit. Takeshi's got to slap this thing upside his head at least once. That's enough. It'll flip me off twice with no repercussions. That's enough.
That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. That's what I think. Like, they're literally setting this up where Takeshita could win, and Okada's no longer the unified champion. He loses the Continental title, and then they'll do another unified title matchup with Takeshita at Revolution.
Oh my god, I can see that.
They're totally gonna do that. They're totally gonna do that.
Just blatant. Cheer for me. Pay me money. Watch this thing. Good Lord. Be a little more subtle than that.
Eddie Kingston versus Kazuchika Shibata is up next. Shibata and Kingston start fighting right before the bell as Eddie makes his entrance. They brawl around ringside for a bit. Shibata sets up Kingston in a chair and then feigns a drop kick, but he pulls up and just grazes him with the boot. Shibata then sends Kingston into the ring, and the bell finally rings. It's a butterfly suplex for a 2 count and tries to grind down Eddie for a bit. A low punch by Shibata in the corner leads to Eddie striking back. Shibata takes back over. However, he is shoved into his boot into the back. He shoves his boot into the back of Eddie's neck. That takes us to a commercial break. When we come back from commercial break, this match pretty much ends immediately after that. As we see Shibata has Eddie in an arm bar. Then Shibata does a low blow right in front of Rick Knox, and he doesn't get disqualified. The fuck is this? Doesn't matter, though, as Eddie just powers out of it. He's able to get a DDT out of nowhere and gets the 1-2-3. Eddie Kingston defeats Katsuyori Shibata. This match went 7 minutes, and we only saw 4 of it. Then he gets on the mic, because that's the more important part, apparently, about all of this, is Eddie Kingston getting on the mic. Because Eddie gets on the mic, and he says that he won't talk about what Hook did. He says that he is still his boy, and he will have to deal with Swerve and Hangman because of his actions. He says, you know what's crazy? He didn't want to accept the love that the fans gave him. They want him to shoot right, so he will. He doesn't feel that he needs that. He doesn't do this for shit. He was censored, so I'm going to guess he said shit. He doesn't do this for character. He doesn't act all he is pro wrestling and all of that. When you say you love me, fuck, I love you too, because you love pro wrestling. He lives every day not knowing whether he is going to live or die. He does this for a little kid who is inspired to get into this business. And if you're watching right now, I only have one thing to say to you. Don't do it, by the way. It sucks. Don't do wrestling. That broke me. That broke the fact he said that out of no. He's like, don't do it. Don't do it. But he looks at Samoa Joe, who is one of the greatest, who had one of the greatest championship reigns in Ring of Honor history. And now he sees the ops, and he sees Joe taking Hook down the wrong path. Before Joe can corrupt Hook, though, before he can say anything else, he was out of action with a knee injury for 18 months. And the only peace he ever had is when he is in this ring. Joe, don't be a bitch. Fight me. Defend the title against me at Winter is Coming. And I will prove that I am still the same Eddie Kingston. This felt like the first very motivated, very passionate Eddie Kingston promo since his return. I did agree with what you said to me when I sent this to you yesterday. It was all over the place. He went to the love of the fans, to coming back from the knee injury. Let me touch on Hook. Let me touch on Joe. Let me touch on the ops. Back to the fans. Then I'm going to end it off with the challenge. But that is what makes Eddie Kingston Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston is never a coherent thought. It's a thought that's just like
what?
It's a fucking ping pong because he has so many focuses. He's the first promo in AEW. He was focused on Cody, but he's also talking about how he came up in the independents, the knee injury he had to overcome, going through the pandemic, and now I'm gonna come here and face Cody. That's basically what we got here.
That's a story, yeah. This is not. What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck is he babbling about? I love how stuck he is between Eddie Kingston, the wrestler, and Eddie Kingston, the person, which you would think are the same guy, but they're really not. Him saying he loves wrestling and then don't do this because it's awful. Then something about Hook, then leading Hook down the wrong path. We're still friends, but you're on your own against Swerve and Hangman. What the fuck is going on, sir? I need you to pick a thought. Focus, please. We're getting there, slowly but surely. We need some more reps. I like his passion. I'll say that. I always like Eddie's passion. I never know what he's talking about, but I always like that he's talking about it.
Big Man Dog says the ops need segments like the Don Callis family one to set up the interpersonal dynamics.
I like it. They don't need to be at each other's throats, but we need to know what they all think. They can't all think the same thing. Kind of like the Bloodline all had different reactions to Sammy. Roman, she's a chump to Roman. Jay hates his guts. Jimmy likes him. They're different people. They should think different things.
Big Man Dog also says,
good Lord. I'm sorry.
It's a while. Big Man Dog also says AEW World Title picture in large part being centered around the soul of Hook is the perfect analogy as to why AEW can't capitalize on WWE's decline in quality.
AEW is just so connected to Tony Khan's thoughts in general. It's hard to pull away. We don't give a fuck about Hook, but he does. So the company cares about Hook. Eddie cares about Hook. Samoa Joe cares about Hook. What is going on? Good Lord.
You're gonna have Hangman feud with Hook.
Luckily for them, luckily for us, because we had to watch them not take advantage. Doesn't appear like WWE's going to turn this around anytime soon. So you do have time to make it up if you ever want to.
Yeah. No, like it's because they're in this NFL lull, and I don't think the C2 with the issues that the C2 have because he doesn't want to change the stakes. I don't think that's going to be able to solve it. It's going to be until the new year before he can. But then that's when WWE is going to fucking flip the switch and go into Mania mode. So it's going to be too late.
Here's hoping. I don't know if I hope so.
To be fair, this year's Mania road to WrestleMania didn't inspire me with too much to be excited about for next year's WrestleMania.
I'm pretty convinced. Yeah, I'm pretty convinced niggas lose his mind. Triple H says. No offense, sir. But I just slowly but surely. You sit in the chair long enough, starts talking to you like the fucking Green Goblin mask.
That's a great analogy. Red Velvet is backstage. She wants to congratulate Chris Statlander on defeating Mercedes Moné. She says, I guess 13 wasn't so lucky for you, Moné. The only reason Mercedes beat her was because she found an opening and she took it. And the last time she checked, she never actually lost her title belt since the belts were unified. So she challenges Mercedes for final battle. And boom, a match graphic appears. It's Mercedes Moné versus Red Velvet next Friday at Ring of Honor Final Battle.
Sir, are you bullshitting? Or is that what she actually said?
What? What am I bullshitting about?
The only reason she won is because you found an opening.
Only
reason you won is because you was better, really. But other than that, we was right there. If you think about it, what the fuck is this lady talking about? Good Lord. Holy shit. What a dumb fucking idiot. You never really beat me for the belt because, or what the, ma'am? Is she a babyface?
Yes. It's because you found an opening. It's because you hit your finisher. That's the other reason.
Oh, Red Velvet. Poor lady.
What do you mean? We want so much for you, but you keep letting us down. Right.
Holy shit.
Going to some women's action. Tekla going one-on-one with Ty Mello is here. The bell rings as Mello charges Tekla, only to get thrown down by her hair. Tekla dominates the early portion of this matchup. She kicks Mello in the head, sends her onto the ramp. Tekla then snatches up Mello and hits a suplex. Mello gets up and escapes to the floor. Tekla taunts her and stalks her as we go to a commercial break. Mello has then Tekla set up in the middle of the ring with a Gotch-style power driver, and she's able to hit it. The cover, but Tekla is able to get out at 2. Ty goes for the Ty KO, but Tekla is able to kick her ankle out and her legs out from under her to escape. Tekla then hits the big spear, and then she follows up with the curb stomp to get the 1-2-3 and pick up the victory here, keeping her momentum. This match went 8.5 minutes. We saw about 5.5 minutes of that matchup. A fairly fine matchup here. Post-match, Tekla has the Sisters of Sin come out to triple team Ty until Jamie Hayter comes out to make the save. Hayter stands off with the Triangle of Madness, who surround her and look like they're going to attack, until the music of AEW Women's World Champion Chris Statlander hits, and the rest of the Triangle of Madness, they bail from the ring, not wanting a piece of the reigning champion. So it looks like we're going to get Tekla as the next challenger for Chris Statlander, which I'm sure you're not happy about.
You couldn't let me hope for a little while if we can get Statlander and Hayter. I assume Hayter and Tekla will have a match, and then Tekla wins the match. And here we go. Good Lord.
I wouldn't mind them using this as the bridge to Statlander and Hayter. Like them team up against Triangle of Madness. Because World's End is a holiday show. Like, I don't mind Tekla getting the shot there. The bigger show is Revolution next year. That's where I would want Hayter and Statlander.
The bigger shows in fucking March? Jesus. Sure. Whatever.
All right, finally, the C2 final first matchup of league play is underway, as in the Blue League. Konosuke Takeshita goes one-on-one with Roderick Strong. Don Callis is on commentary in support of Takeshita. The bell rings and both men get at it with a lockup. Takeshita with the upper hand, and he gives a clean break. Takeshita overpowers Strong to the mat, but Roddy takes down Takeshita and takes him to the mat himself. Takeshita gets back to his feet. He works over the arm of Roddy, but Strong is able to grab a headlock. Takeshita tries to roll through, but Roddy keeps the headlock on, and Takeshita powers back to his feet, goes behind on Strong. We get a standing switch and a abdominal stretch before Takeshita hits a big hip toss. We get Takeshita to the floor. Here comes Roddy with a big avalanche baseball slide. But then we get a series of reversals. Roddy tries to suplex Takeshita on the barricade. And then Takeshita reverses and hits the most gnarly looking Blue Thunder bomb onto the barricade with Roderick's back of his head hitting the barricade and him just falling down after. That looked fucking brutal. Back in the ring, we get another rough spot as they're fighting on the top ropes. And Roddy tries for his backbreaker onto the top turnbuckle, but Takeshita's head and legs hit the ropes, and then he just falls onto the mat. That looked like it sucked as well. We get some serious, like, big, hard hits, some really crazy suplex drops on the head from both men. We get Takeshita with the wheelbarrow, Chaos Theory suplex for a near fall at one point. Roddy gets a near fall on an Olympic slam. Strong and Takeshita struggle with suplex attempts, but so Strong blocks and Strong's knee is blocked, but he fires back with a standing kick and an enziguri. A gut buster from Roddy, and then the double knee backbreaker. Takeshita avoids the sick kick, though, and he gets a bridging German suplex. To the corner, we get the overdrive knee by Takeshita, and then he picks up Roddy. He finally puts him away by hitting the Raging Fire for the 1-2-3 to pick up the victory here. Very good matchup between Takeshita and Roddy here. It went just over 13 minutes and had some ridiculous spots. I felt like they were holding back because they could have an even better matchup. But, man, the bumps in this matchup were rough as fuck. Takeshita gets his first 3 points in the Blue League of the Continental Classic. What do you think about Takeshita's chances of winning the tournament? Do you think, is he your pick to win the whole thing?
Yes. It should be everybody's pick. He should be the odds-on favorite. Now, it is Tony Khan, so if we overthink this somehow, I wouldn't be shocked. But he should win this easily. And Okada should win the other side, obviously. Please don't fuck this up.
Yeah, I think it's either Okada or Fletcher in the Gold League, but definitely Takeshita in the Blue League.
Agreed. Short King the Goat, who the fuck is him? I have a name. It's Jimmy. I'm not he nor him. And nobody pissed in my turkey, unless you consider the show pissing your turkey. Then my question would be, why are you okay with pissing your turkey? Why are you fine with that? I'm not the one being weird. You are.
Yeah, I view Revolution as like the second biggest show of the year. It's either Revolution or Double or Nothing for me, behind All In. So yeah, if you consider that AEW SummerSlam or NJPW Dominion, yeah, that's what it is. So that's why I said I would do Takeshita Okada there. And Hater and Slatlander there.
What are you gonna do for 3 months? Small middle fingers?
He's gonna go into Japan and then he's gonna come back. They're both gonna go to Japan, and Okada's gonna steal Takeshita's Tokyo Dome main event in January, so that'll be good. That will add to it. But yes, we come to a close on the episode of Collision. For me, you let me know your match of the night, MVP, LVP, moment of the night, thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle, and out of 10, what did you give Collision? For me, for AEW Collision Thanksgiving, in 3, 2, 1. Like a slight thumbs up. Yeah, it's probably thumbs in the middle. No, I like the first match and the last match. If this was a WWE show, I'd give it a 7.5. Probably thumbs in the middle for AEW then. 6.5 out of 10. I'll give it 6.5 out of 10. It wasn't the middle portion of this show struggled. Anything that wasn't Continental Classic struggled on this show. So Continental Classic and not John Moxley did not do well on this show. What did you guys think? We got 4 out of 10s from Big Man Dogs and from Power Driver Finisher. And Power Driver Finisher says all 4 was for Konosuke and Roddy. Okay, there we go.
Sounds fair to me.
And match of the night, I'm actually going to give it to Pac and Speedball. I thought that was slightly better than Takeshita and Roddy on this show. MVP for the show, I will give it to Takeshita because he was funny in the Don Callis family segment. And then LVP for the show, a lot of options here. Matt Menard. Matt Menard. Who else? Who else was bad in this episode? Yeah, we'll just give it to Matt Menard. I can't think about anybody else. Then I will go moment of the night to the FTR and Bang Bang Gang segment. So that's my ratings for Collision here. But that brings us to a close on another edition of AEWramble. Want to thank Jimmy for joining me today. Thank you as always. Appreciate you, good sir, and everyone who's watching us. Let the people know where they can follow you on social media when they'll see you again.
Nah, I don't have anything mean to say about the world. It's Thanksgiving. Positivity.
Hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. Thank you for joining us on AEWramble today. I will be back with you tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern time or 10:05 a.m. Eastern time with the True Hill Heat flagship podcast. Myself, the True Jaw Josh, and Miss Chrissy Love breaking down this week in wrestling, starting from Full Gear and hyping up for Survivor Series tomorrow night. Check out all the great content we got on the channel right now, like our top 10 best AEW Full Gear matches of all time. Check out our AEW Full Gear 2025 review, as well as our clip from that show where we talked about what's next for the AEW World Championship. And check out our WWE Survivor Series 2025 preview with myself and Maggie breaking down tomorrow night's show from San Diego, California.
I've never been so depressed about so many stars being in a match before. What the fuck?
Wow, that was outrageous.
Look at the stars in this fucking match. Oh, who gives a fuck? This is ridiculous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, really? And nobody gives a fuck. Holy shit. The 3 biggest stars in the world, and nobody gives a fuck. Holy shit, that's impossible.
You can follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueSP3. You can follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at True Hill Heat. Join us tomorrow for the flagship podcast, and join me and Jimmy next Thursday when we're back on a regular day for AEWramble. For Jimmy, it is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. This has been AEWramble, episode 226, Family Friction, for the November 26th and November 27th, AEW Dynamite and Collision. We are signing off until next time.
41,000 tickets? Oh my God. At $7 million a pop? Holy shit. That is impressive.